Let's do it.
I didn't record the audio, but I'll pull it later. Hey, everyone. This is Tornado Tag. We are here again. Pretty much the full cast. We have Ben here filling in. Ben's going to be like a fill-in guy. You might see him a lot. We got Austin on the phone. We got a lot of cool stuff to talk about. We got episodes of Raw and SmackDown. We got the Road to WrestleMania, and then a PPW show they were at over the weekend.
Roddy Piper.
Yeah, the Roddy Piper soda. There it is. It's hard to see right there. You
and he dragged me over to be his tag partner for things that were not cool in high school. So he liked me enough to be like, hey, tag in.
Yeah, so a lot of cool stuff to cover there. We're going to have a good time tonight. I just want to put out real quick. We talked a little bit last night at the show for things that weren't cool in high school. That show is now a weekly show. That'll be every Wednesday night. Obviously, if with it being a weekly show, the shows may be a little shorter, or we may come up with cool little topics to cover in between too. So like if there's a dull Raw and SmackDown, or we cover Raw and SmackDown in 15, 20 minutes because it is what it is. And now we need, stuff to fill. We could have some fun and do some other things, like maybe have some homework assignments, or if you guys are like, hey, we want you to go back and watch an old Raw or an old pay-per-view, we'll watch it and we'll come back and talk about it. Or maybe like we can give each other some homework on some old matches. So there's a lot more content and a lot more cooler things we can do for you guys because we're a weekly show now. So this will be every Thursday at 8:00. So really excited about that. So yeah, we got Raw and Smack. Let's do it the PPW first. So we went to PPW Throwdown.
Throwdown on 5th Street. It was
very Easter themed poster.
Yes.
Like, Easter colors.
Yeah, it was.
And then it was based upon St. Patty's Day. It was St. Patty's Day weekend around here, and the T-shirt they had up there was "Let's get ready to stumble."
I bought one.
Yeah, I like the T-shirt except for the saying.
The stumble.
I didn't want that.
Well, you're not a drinker, so
so I didn't want that on my back.
But
if it just was the shirt without the saying on the back, I would have bought one.
Yeah,
they're talking about doing one for like every month and every show now with a different phrase on the back.
That'd be kind of cool.
I'll buy every one. I like that. I think that's a cool idea. So Paul, if you're listening, always save me an extra large. And thank you, Paul, for doing that. I walked in and we got our tickets. Me and Nikolai, we came in together, and he had a shirt right there with my name on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was sitting right there at the desk. It was pretty cool. So the PPW has been taking care of us. They're doing cool stuff for us. They make sure we get our spots. They talk to us a little bit. They're very accommodating. We didn't do a ticket giveaway. I don't like asking. Outbreak. I don't like.
Also, we don't ask for these things. They just do these things for us.
I'm not going to bother you. Like, I'm not going to bother people. Be like, hey, can we have free tickets? If you want to promote your show, we're going to do it regardless because that's what our show is about. We're going to talk independent wrestling. We're going to give these indie guys a plug. We're going to make sure they get heard and make sure people go to more indie shows. It's fun. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like everyone's quick to watch wrestling and support AEW. That AEW idea started on your house shows, your indie shows that are sitting in gyms or in schools. That's the concept of it. AEW is a major scaled indie show.
AEW is so big right now, it's ridiculous, and they haven't even had one match.
Did you see the flyer in the hotel?
No.
So it's Nyla shared it. So hold on a second. Just keep talking.
And the thing is that what a lot of people fail to realize is that you have
that's the side of the MJM Grand right now.
That is awesome. Yeah. You're gonna have guys look
like 10 stories.
Yeah. So if you look at the PPW show, you had Laszlo, who had a tryout for WWE the other night. That's a guy that you just seen at a.
He was on Raw and SmackDown as Batista's security.
Yep. But while he was there, when you see a guy there, there's a high chance they probably had a tryout that night.
Yeah, everyone does.
Yeah,
beforehand.
So
but Laszlo's also been to the Performance Center, and he's already had one tryout.
Yeah. So the point I'm trying to make is when you go see these guys at your indie shows and your Outbreaks or Atomics or your Trues or anything like that, they could be the next stars of AEW, of NXT. You know what I mean?
AEW gets going, it starts rolling, they're signing everybody.
Ace Austin, I'm not sure if he's signed with Impact, but he's working with Impact.
Yeah. So if you would have seen Ace Austin for a $10 general admission ticket,
I seen him win.
You know what I mean? Now you've seen him in Outbreak. Like we were just talking about old PPW show. You know what I mean? Like AJ Styles was there. Like that's cool
for $20.
Exactly. So that's really cool that these indie shows are doing that for you. So definitely go support those guys. Do you have the card pulled up? I because I'm terrible at memory, but if you start saying stuff, I'll remember.
The opening contest was the triple threat tag team match. The winners got the title shot in April.
Main event versus South Philly's Finest versus who was the other team?
The Greatest Show.
Oh
No, that's main event.
Oh, main event.
Who was the other team? I was wrong.
Was it the
Punk Rock All Stars?
Oh, that's right.
Punk Rock All Stars.
Yeah, that's right.
South Philly's Finest. I hope they don't get offended with me by saying this, but once again, I'm an Enzo Amore fan. I'll say it over and over and over again. They remind me of. They remind me of. That's who they kind of remind me of. I bought one of their shirts that night. Unfortunately, I worked today, so I didn't have a chance to change. But South Philly's Finest, great match. The Greatest Show, right?
Main event. Main as in Tiger Main.
Yeah, main
Lions
event.
Main.
Yeah, Lions Main.
Main event is one of my favorite tag teams in PPW.
They're good.
That was the other big signing I forgot about.
They're from House of Glory, which is
DJZ.
Yeah, DJZ.
I'm not familiar with him at all.
Impact.
Okay. Yeah.
Impact through and through. He started off as one of their tryout go-to guys. I know we're getting off topic here, but he worked for Impact pretty much the last 7-8 years that I can recall.
Right when I checked out, Aces and Eights was like, I'm done.
He was
I only came back for the
Jesse Sorensen and some with WWE. Okay. He was the one that actually broke Jesse's neck and almost paralyzed him. They hit a moonsault off the second rope to the outside, and he caught the knee straight to the top of the head and compressed the spine. Jesse Sorensen was lucky enough to come back and be able to wrestle again, and got signed by the WWE for a few months.
Yeah, but I don't think he wrestles now.
No, he retired.
Yeah,
but DJZ is easily one of the top cruiserweights in the world to be signed by WWE.
And that's not Zima Zion.
Zima Ion, yeah.
Oh, okay. I remember when he started. He had real weird tights. It was shorts. Yeah, okay.
But him along with Garza Jr. and officially Shane Strickland has signed with the WWE. So another big signing for WWE.
Ladder match one time in Kingston, Pennsylvania for Anthracite Unlimited, whatever. They kept changing her name, and Shane Strickland was in the match. I wrestled before a couple years ago.
And what?
Who's Killshot? What's his name?
He was Killshot in Lucha Underground.
Yeah. All I know is about Killshot, and Lucha Underground is Killshot. He was unreal.
Yeah, he's good.
So talented.
He does so much stuff that some guys are almost afraid to do, and he just goes out there and is like, okay.
He could be, if Ricochet got called up, he could be the new Ricochet of NXT.
Absolutely. 100%.
He could fill that void. Like, oh, now we don't have an exciting, crazy high flyer. He's there now with Killshot. Killshot could
not to say he's going to debut right away, but I think it'll be about 2-3 months.
Yeah, I don't know. He's ready.
NXT's in a weird spot. We'll talk about that in a second. But back to PPW. So the triple threat tag team match, really good match. There was a little bit of a spot in there where our buddy Jose was an imposter, South Philly's Finest, and they went out and they took a beating, and then the match happened. Really, really cool. What was the next one after that? Do you remember? The next thing that's come to my mind was a women's match.
No, that was the end of the night.
It was the end of the night. The women's match.
Closed the show,
which was cool.
I want to say it was the 5-way match for the No Limits title.
Yes. The heavier set purple rain guy.
Trajan Horn.
That dude cuts. Every time I've seen him, he's caught my attention. He's a superstar. That dude's good.
Yeah.
Very talented.
I'm glad they brought him in.
Yeah. Very, very talented.
He's the true wrestling champion, and he's wrestling Tony Deppen in the next show.
That is going to be
next
exciting.
Saturday, not this Saturday.
I have not seen Tony Deppen live, but I've seen his matches. Mm-hmm. He's a great heel.
I've seen Tony as many times as I can count, and Tony to where he is today compared to where he was when I first met him, leagues above where he was, and every booking that he's gotten all across the country and other countries, he's deserved.
Cool thing about Tony Deppen is that there was a video on YouTube not too long ago about who are the top 15, 20 guys in the country that was the top 5?
Yeah, it's top
5. This is even cooler.
Top 5 guys that should be signed by AEW.
And Tony Deppen was on that list.
He was at number 2.
There. Wow.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Made, but still. Yeah, that was cool.
So I mean,
that's just a personal opinion from that guy, but to have Tony Deppen at number 2, a guy that's been in this area, that lives in this area, knows what it's about to be a hard-nosed wrestler,
I wish I was on that list.
Yeah, and it's nice to hear it too.
But Tony Deppen didn't get a 205 live chant.
Yeah. No, he didn't.
And Tony's worked.
Andy will get noticed, I promise. And I'm not sucking Andy. I'm sucking up to Andy because he's sitting here. Andy puts a good show on.
That's right.
You know, whether he's going, if he'll go out and he'll like, even if you're out there getting squashed because you're working with like a superstar guy like a Tessa or you know what I mean,
getting DDT by Tessa.
You'll go out there and you'll do the job, whatever the job is. If you're over, if you're not over, you don't ever like even just behind the camera, like you're not like when people aren't listening, you're not like, well, that fucking pissed me off, or you're super humble. You go out there, you do your ass stuff, you have a good time, you enjoy the business,
make the best out of what you're given.
Exactly.
You know?
Like
you don't complain.
You're an ideal. You're an ideal like superstar. Like for a company to sign, you're a pleasure to probably work with, and you're well and do anything you're asked of, and you're a safe worker. You don't hurt nobody. You know what I mean?
I don't think I've ever hurt the table right there.
Yeah,
I've never hurt anyone. Sometimes I like that guy we arrested, I clotheslined him in the mouth.
Yeah, but I mean that
was his fault.
Yeah, but I mean for the most part,
coming. It's coming.
Yeah, you're a good worker. You're good at what you do.
Thank you. I think so.
Yeah, I would 100% say that. Even when I first seen you before, we were super close at the last show. I was like, holy crap, you and Andy Hardner, right? Am I saying that right?
Yep. Unbreakable
Andy put a great match on that night. It was, I mean, like
he's real good.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal. I'm really bummed
currently
about
broken Andy.
Yeah, it's a shame that he's.
I did tag him. I hope he watched the last episode. I told him he said some kind words about him, and we're looking out for him. But awesome match.
He won't be able to wrestle again until
midsummer.
Yeah, summer, maybe even fall.
Yeah, it sucks.
Now let me ask you something. You've wrestled a good bit in the area, out of the area. Where is the independent scene right now? Where is it currently situated?
A little bit better than it was, but still right around here, not that great.
I mean, is it still a hot dog and a handshake, or is it more gas money back?
There's a little bit money, but not. Once AEW gets cooking, and then there's a bidding war, and people start going back and forth, and then like ROH raises up. That would be great. Yeah. Like the independent scene, like 98, 99 was wonderful because everyone was getting signed.
AEW,
when some people get signed from here, then people got to come up from here to here.
Yeah.
So
AEW,
it's good for everybody.
AEW is not only going to snatch indie guys, but that's going to then spark the Impacts and the ROHs and the WWEs. And it's going to be like, well, they're snatching guys. We got to then snatch guys. It's going to start a cyclone.
There was a time in 99, 2000, people absolutely sucked for getting signed.
Yeah.
And they were terrible.
And they were just there to get squashed.
Yeah. And you know what? It might be bold to say, but I feel like, we went so far. I've been to 3 Wilkes-Barre Scranton shows, and it seems like WWE they put a good lineup on for all those Wilkes-Barre shows. Mm-hmm. They're packed. They're busy.
They're pretty good there.
They do very well. I think Pennsylvania is a good demographic for professional wrestling.
It usually is. Philly's a good wrestling town.
Yeah. I mean, we had ECW, we have Chikara, we have a great independent scene. Most people don't understand that without the people filling up the stands, there is no independent scene. If you do,
you can run a show you want, no
yes. I mean, you could have some of the best names in the world on your card. That doesn't mean people are going to show up.
Yeah,
100%. You could have AJ Styles and the whole Bullet Club show up for one night. That's not guaranteeing that you're going to get 10,000 people in your door.
Yeah.
You might get 40 people and be
That's
like,
what happens. Well, the Impact ran that one show when they were having house shows. They couldn't barely get 600 people. We had LCW. We'd have one name and get like over 600.
Yep.
With the one time over 1,000. A couple times over 1,000 with Bret Hart.
I remember they sold out the Sands Bethlehem Casino when they were down there.
Oh, really?
They sold it out for 4 weeks worth of taping.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They
did
have
some house shows. Like, wow, look at all these stars. And that's when they had AJ and Samoa Joe.
They had AJ, the Hardys, Joe, and it's just like,
and sometimes
nobody knew who they were at that time, though. That was the rough part for Impact.
Weird. It was like they couldn't draw, but like if the LCW brought one guy in, 700 people. I was like, what was it? What the hell's going on here?
They brought in.
It's a shame they went out of business.
EC3, and I think they sold the house out. LCW.
Yeah.
He wrestled Sean Carr, and that's where the kick ski and the dick ski story comes from.
Sean Carr. We'll get to that in a second as well. So anyway, PPW
5-man match.
5-man match. Good match. It was good. I think it went a little long, and I think after the South Philly's Finest and the tag, I think the fans kind of dipped a little bit.
That's where you got to book a show.
Yeah, they dipped a little bit in that 5-way, and I think it went. I thought it was a good match, but the energy in the building
thinned out a little.
It thinned out, and the energy for this show wasn't the same as the last show.
Yeah, and all fairly new guys in the 5-way.
Yeah,
right.
So, and that, I mean, a lot of that isn't not their fault because they had a lot of people pull out on them. Yeah. Which I think even the people who pulled out, and the people they had replaced, I still think they put a good card on. you could tell a
I
lot
think they kind of lucked out in a lot of matches with the people that got replaced.
Yeah. I think the last minute changes happen, and I think it definitely showed a little bit when it came to the crowd because there was
subject to change.
Yeah, but I still think the people, every single superstar went out there and every wrestler did their thing, and everyone gave it their all.
Yeah.
It was a great, like I said, but energy of the crowd wasn't what it should have been.
No.
Yeah. So then after the 5-way, what do we got?
Was it your match?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were third.
Yeah. So Andy was third.
And he was third.
Me and Big Pat versus Jason King and
Who was that guy?
Dave Dahl. He's from New Jersey area. I actually knew him.
With like the
wrestling.
Because like he hit the ringer like.
They kind of wanted him to be like, who's this nobody? Because they want the match to be a handicap match. I'm like, well, why don't we just beat the hell out of him? You know, like, so because Ali wasn't there, obviously. So they had him replaced as his goofy replacement. Like,
was the angle always in there for her?
Yes.
It was. So she's part of the stable now.
No. She was no. Oh, I thought you meant Ali.
No, is that actually Jason King's girlfriend, or is that just about
life? Yeah.
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah.
And she's one of the type of magazines. She's trying to become a look at the cover model.
Really?
Like I forget what's called, Inkjet or something like that. Anyway, if you have her on Facebook, Penny posts, and I vote every day to try to help her get like on the cover.
Yeah, we'll help
of this
her out.
magazine. So and then
Elaine.
yeah, it's my friend's list. It's her,
PNNY.
yes, she should come up.
Or YY. Is it Bree Lane Penny?
That's her own name. So yeah, that's her. And then there's also she has a like page or something.
But that definitely caught me off guard
it.
because I thought she was like sneaking in the ring, gonna get you or Pat.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was gonna happen until I obviously got smartened up. But
I found it, Penny Lane.
I thought that was pretty good. I thought the match was pretty good for what it was.
It was solid. It was very solid. But
inside wrestling, they said go 8 minutes. Do you want to know how long a guy timed? Do you want to know the exact time?
8 minutes.
7:57.
Nailed it.
That was me right there. Picked him up. I said, we're going home. I was like, John Cena. Whoa. Missed the frog splash.
Yeah.
that looked a little rough on that frog splash when he did.
It wasn't bad at all.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know. That was the first time I ever like really missed it. I'm like, here we go.
Very, very entertaining as a heel.
Yeah. I yelled some goofy stuff.
You're yelling to the crowd was funny. We were yelling some stuff at you.
We told you your jacket sucked.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, it didn't.
Awesome.
Your jacket is pretty
everyone
sweet.
said that jacket's awesome.
Are you gonna get matching tights?
Yeah, eventually. That's after my Spider-Gwen stuff comes out. It's a little too small here. Just a tad. If it was like 2 inches bigger, it'd be
Quit lifting, bro.
So that it was fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Broad shoulders.
Yeah.
Are you eventually going to try to get gear for like different different comic books?
So if that guy that did the Gambit stuff that ever comes, I'm having some trouble. Yeah, I'll tell you that. I don't want to.
Yeah.
But if it ever comes out, it looks sweet as hell.
Yeah. So you have an X-Men suit.
Gambit coming, and then Spider-Gwen.
So you have a Gambit. I'm not a Gambit theme.
Yeah.
You have an X-Men themed because your tights are very X-Men.
Yeah.
I see. Can you do the Gambit
Spawn
theme with Ace Austin kind of doing?
Yeah.
Now, are you gonna come out with a deck full of aces?
No, I'm not doing that.
Are you not gonna have a step? Are you have a pole?
No,
Just a jacket.
I'm gonna have the coat. And then when you see the pants,
Is it the long trench coat style?
Yeah, when you look at the pants, you'll be like, oh, that's obviously Gambit.
Please get a pink headband.
Well, that would be black. But I was like,
don't do the whole thing.
yeah, just
You gotta
like
get
a headband.
the red
You gotta say
contacts too.
something. You gotta say something in like French.
yeah, like come on, shit.
No,
Well, I'll give Gambit a little kiss.
Yeah.
like
Moshity.
French Cajun.
Yeah.
Like got a little French Cajun.
Yeah,
in
so
there.
them tights, the way I drew them up, they look awesome. If they make them anything how they look, they'll be fantastic. The girl that's making the Spider-Gwen gear, she's really into it, and she found actual webbing design.
Nice.
So are you? So like you're basically going like the dark, like the dark navy blue, white, and pink.
Yes, well, actually, it's that teal color that she has.
Oh, like her
so
fuzzy slippers.
Yeah, so her
They look like fuzzy
her slippers will be my kick pads.
Josh,
Oh, that's cool.
And
it says don't invite Tony to this chat either.
Who said that?
Josh Rudd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, it should be pretty good. I do have Spawn, but I got biker shorts
Nice.
made. They're small ones, and they're a little too small. Like they're a little. I'm a little afraid, so I'm like, I wish these were pants.
You know what your bits to
I
follow.
do have
You got to get some of that elastic.
I know.
As a wrestler,
purple and green.
how do guys like Finn Balor pull that off?
I don't know. Some people wear 2 pairs of tights.
Just to be sure.
Like some wear a jock strap underneath.
Yeah,
I would never wear that.
I know Triple H always wore a jockstrap.
Yeah.
He got pants a few times.
But
and
then
you could see
some guys don't. There was a story from the 80s NWA where somebody's balls fell out and Tommy Young was the referee, walked over, and I think it was Nikolai Volkov, and he's forget the match. If you look it up online, it's Tommy Young just Tommy Young puts balls back in or something. You should find it.
That's out of control.
That's one of the old time stories.
He pulled off like an Indiana Jones.
And it's the guy like gets slammed, and it's just like Tommy Young's like. It's like nobody's business too.
They receded.
Yeah.
But as we have it, Charles Mason did retain his No Limits championship.
Yeah.
So he has successfully defended his title, which I still don't think he really earned sliding out of the ring in a battle royal, but heel business. It is what it is.
Now, when he first came, he had a tag partner. I don't know what happened there. So I don't. They were like the Majestics.
Your tag partner. Let's go back to your match real quick. Your tag partner, very very tall gentleman.
6'9", legit. That's legit.
He's a big dude.
Tallest guy on the roster.
What does he do outside the ring? What's Pat do outside the ring?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
I didn't talk
he just
to
had
him.
twins though.
Really? I
talked.
I walked by and just gave like, hey, great match.
Yeah.
I don't like bothering the guys, and we were kind of talking about PPW is really tight because they put the tables there.
Yeah.
It's really hard for people to kind of interact with the superstars and then walk to get food or go to the bathroom. It's a tight squeeze.
Yeah, I think they.
Besides that, I love that arena. I love
resetting
I love the bleachers and stuff. Very tall, very athletic for a tall dude.
Yeah, and he's only been wrestling for I think under 2 years.
Yeah,
right around 2
the
years.
The spot with the fake lift.
Yeah, that was his idea. Yeah. He's like, "Do you want to do some comedy spot?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Trying to body slam." And he was like, "All right." And then when he had me up, he couldn't. Like, I can't see where I'm at. I was like, "He's doing this." Back. I was like, "Okay."
Because I'm literally watching you, like, "Okay, I got this."
Yeah.
The guy you were wrestling against reminded me of like Colt Cabana with his gear.
Jason King,
the singlet guy.
Oh, Dave Dahl.
Oh, I was gonna say, okay, yeah, that's a custom singlet made. It was his name was on it.
Yeah,
it was a custom screen print singlet. So he told me where, I forget where, but it was like $40 or $60. That ain't bad.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Singlets. Yeah. I thought he wasn't bad in the match.
No, he wasn't. That was a good match.
Yeah, like I said, clotheslined him and busted him open.
And then
speaking of which, mentioning Adam Rose, he did just retire.
Yeah, Adam Rose officially retired.
Oh wow,
good.
He wasn't that bad.
I thought he was terrible.
Really?
The best thing was when
the
he had
gimmick
Rose
sucked.
pants. I would like to, if anyone knows, and tell me to get his contact information. I want to buy his Rose tights off him and wear them and just rip the rose off the back because they're purple and green.
Yeah,
they looked awesome.
I mean, his gimmick was the thing that kind of shot him down, but I thought he was a good wrestler.
It was a shit gimmick that they gave him.
Yeah,
and it ain't working.
And now it's going No Way Jose is getting the same
treatment.
We'll talk about that in a second too, because I think No Way Jose is on the up.
Did you know what mask he had on when he took the mask off?
No.
Pentagon.
Really?
It was a Pentagon mask.
Was
yeah.
Really?
I'm like, how did that get past anybody?
Right?
Yeah.
I did not notice that.
I honestly didn't even take notice to it, and I'm gonna have to go back and watch it now because I still have it recorded.
I'm going to look on Twitter now.
Yeah. Then after Andy's match was the
it was Fox Vineyard versus the Luchador Montequilla.
I didn't see that at all, so I can't say anything.
That was pretty
I'm not
much
familiar with Fox at all.
That was pretty much Fox being the big guy, Montequilla being the small luchador, Fox going over pretty quick.
He reminds me of Kazarni / Sin Bodai.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, looks wise, I don't know.
Fox ripped the mask off of Montequilla, which Montequilla didn't do anything. He just covered his face and took the pin.
Yeah, took the pin. Match after that?
Intermission.
Intermission, yes. And then we went into, I believe it was Richard Holiday and no, it was Rich Swann after the intermission.
Oh, the three-way.
No. I'm sorry.
I think it was Pillman next.
It was Pillman after intermission.
Pillman, Richard Holiday.
Yeah, Pillman is 0-2 in PPW.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
That's what you call a standard TV match.
Yeah. Super talented. I still will say everything I said before about Brian Pillman. I think he's a superstar. I think he has tons of potential. Nice super nice dude.
I just think Richard Holiday kind of held him down in that, and it's nothing against him, but I just don't think Richard Holiday's up to that standard of wrestling.
EC3.
Yeah,
like you look good.
Yeah,
and
physique-wise,
your wrestling is fine.
Yeah,
I think they could have booked that match better. Like I would have loved to have seen maybe Pillman against Rich Swann, who was at the show too.
Yeah,
I would have loved to see a match like that. See, just turn them both loose and say, "Go get it."
Yeah.
But Rich Swann did have a very good match.
Yeah, I think that was the next match. It was him.
That was the best match of the night.
Match of the night.
And Deshaun Pratt 3-way.
Yep, the match of the night. 100% match of the night. The only thing that was kind of if you went to the last show, you were like, "Oh, okay, we seen it." But if you were not at the last show, when they did the Sunset Flip Canadian Destroyer, you're like, "Whoa!" But after already seen it last week, you're like, "Oh, they're cool. They did it again." Match of the night to me. That was a great match. And then they closed the show with the women. Or no,
there was one more, wasn't there?
What's his name?
Adam Chandler and Evander James.
Sean Carr.
Sean.
Sean Carr.
Yeah, but you had Evander James and Adam Chandler before that.
Oh.
And that was Evander. That was the number 1 contenders match for the title next month.
Evander's really good.
Yeah,
he's very good.
I think as much as the heel he comes off as, leave him a heel. Don't try to go send a baby face for the title.
I remember that now. He went super hard.
Yeah, he went super hard baby face. I'm like, that's not who he is.
Yeah.
Like,
they need some
they need a baby face to try and fill in, but don't push too hard.
They booked him so hard as a heel so many weeks. Then he's like, I just want to say I love you guys.
Yeah, you can't switch.
And then he was just like
he did throw a shout out though to Cody Vance. Cody, if you do ever end up watching this, get well soon.
Yeah, and then he was like, I just want to remind everyone, I'm kind of a good guy now, so I love you.
I don't like abrupt turns. You gotta do it naturally.
We tried to hug it out, Chan, again with them too, and
I guess Adam Chandler is now in your stable.
Is he?
He came out with TJ Masters.
Yeah,
TJ Masters.
Yeah, the
he's not in the group.
He came out with
you have the wrong name.
The tag team.
Oh, that's
Arrogance of Excellence.
That would be Clutch Adams and Johnny the Man Moran.
Yeah.
Aren't they in your stable too?
Yeah, they are. But who's TJ Masters?
The guy who screwed over South Philly's finest in the tag team match at the last show. He was the referee.
I know him by a different name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah, he's not a wrestler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I guess Adam's in your.
Never mind.
I'm not sure if Adam's in your stable now.
I don't know. It's getting too big.
How many people do you have in that stable up there? 8?
Something like that. Yeah. It started when I came. There was.
Isn't Sammy Pandora still in that stable?
She was, but then she don't want to come back anymore. So it was, and there was Miranda. She was in it. So there's 2, and Pat and Clutch. It was 5 to start. And
now is that
too much?
And then John West jumped in somewhere
during intermission.
And they had a Johnny.
The heels don't come out.
Usually that's the old school thing. Usually they don't. Some they do. Some places don't mind. Some places don't. They don't want you to.
Yeah.
It all depends.
I mean, honestly,
on
I think some places should be beyond that by now. If the kids want to meet certain people,
we all
you
know,
should allow it.
Some don't want to.
The only request I would have is during intermission, let the wrestlers go to the ring and sell their merchandise, because having those tables there, you can't walk.
You need more space.
Now I understand, like, okay, if you have a Brian Pillman or a Richard Swan, you have to segregate them because they're getting money for their signings.
They should let everyone go around the ring, and then just kind of open let people walk into the ring.
Maybe, or even put the where the scores table is.
Yeah.
Maybe put them over there.
Yeah, some meet and greet area.
Yeah.
Usually a lot of places have that.
Yeah.
Because like the field house, there's a whole area.
Yeah. So you have a whole entire area to sell your merch away from the ring altogether.
Yeah.
There's plenty of room to walk. There's nothing. The only thing you got to contest with there is the entrance ramp. Set up the entrance ramp.
I want a Sean Carr shirt. I didn't know if they were there. Because I didn't see him.
He has a couple different ones.
But the problem is he doesn't come out.
Yeah.
So I didn't,
and he doesn't want. He wants to keep the whole. Thing.
So, but I want to buy his merch because I like him as a wrestler. Yeah. And so that's definitely something I want to find for next show. And I want to get.
I'm pretty sure he had a GI Joe themed shirt.
Really?
Cool. Yeah.
And then I want to get a main event shirt.
I'm pretty sure
they don't have them yet.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Sean had a shirt way back when that just said hybrid too.
Yeah, he did, a green one. Yeah.
So they're definitely 2 guys I'd like to pick gear up from that show. And if you're listening, if I don't know if you guys ever will, but we can do a shirt change. So if you want a tornado tag,
a lot of wrestlers do that, sure, for sure.
Tornado tag.
We might have to give him the limited shirt for that.
Tornado tag for
Sean Carr shirt.
Sean Carr shirt. I'm down with that.
I'm sure he has one. If not, he probably has an old one.
But getting into that, now we had the co-main event of the evening, which was Sean Carr defending his PPW Heavyweight Championship against Samuel Adams.
I thought it was good.
Sean Carr's phenomenal.
Yeah.
That guy should get signed.
I wrestled him a few times.
That guy's
there's not many people I haven't wrestled.
Sean Carr's really, really, really good.
He is good. He's been good for years.
He's a good heel. He's good in the ring.
I thought Sam was pretty good. I think Sam needs some different gear though. He looks, I don't know, nothing against somebody who was wearing like baby blue trunks and he just didn't look.
If you're going with the Dominican thing or Puerto Rican, I'm not sure. Go for it fully.
But he had that manager. I don't know. He hasn't been there this show.
Usually you come out singing the music.
Yeah. And I don't know what happened with the manager.
Okay. Main event went to the ladies, which was cool.
And also hashtag and new.
Yeah.
We had
Mercedes Martinez replaced
Caitlin
because Caitlin got injured and she pulled a muscle or something. Yeah, I don't know.
If you have not seen Mercedes Martinez, tune into the WWE Network for $9.99.
She was on Mae Young Classic this year and last year, and this year she got to almost the final.
She got to the semifinals both years.
Yeah, she wrestled Mia Yim, I think.
She lost to Mia Yim.
Very
talented.
Black
Panther gear on.
Yeah, very talented.
Yeah, she's good.
Very, very talented. And PPW's
she won the title. So.
Yeah, PPW's regular girl is very talented
Christine
too.
Marie,
Yeah, very good. She's very.
I was surprised that
It's a shame they don't have more girls.
Mercedes
they're
won
all
with the
time
Dragon
for it.
Sleeper.
Whatever happened to the Pandora box chick?
Yeah, that Sammy.
Sammy.
She's okay.
Well, they live down in the Allentown area.
Yeah,
So it's maybe it's far drive because her boyfriend was
husband.
Husband. He was all about it for a while too.
Yeah. I guess I don't know. It was
some backdoor stuff.
Yeah. So
we won't get into it, but she was all right. There was a girl who wrestled against her at a we'll say pre-PPW or pre-outbreak show AXW. The black girl Jazz or whatever, the one we were chanting "break her box."
Yeah, break that box.
Break that box. She was good.
I'm trying to think. I can't remember.
I think she had like half her head shaved.
I don't think you were at
Ariel?
that show.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he was. That was at the firehouse.
The Humane Fire Company.
Yeah,
he was there. It was her one-on-one Pandora versus this girl, and she was the heel. Pandora was the face. And we just kept chanting, "Break that box, break that!" And she hooked her up in the ropes and gave her shattered dreams.
Oh,
she stood in the corner and she went, "I'm gonna break that box," and she made a gesture, like we'll say a Mickey James gesture.
Yeah, oh my!
And then ran across the ring and broke that box. Alexis did say she was a little upset that she didn't get a chance to get a picture with Andy.
Yeah,
but he said he'll get you at Outbreak
maybe True if she goes there.
True if you're there. Yeah,
I know True's very small too. So
actually, I'm going to give you her dad's shirt that he won.
Oh, okay.
If they go to True, you can give it to him.
That's next Saturday, not this Saturday.
I mean, we might go to that too. If that's next Saturday.
That's next Saturday.
We might do that as well.
And they're bringing in Ty Dillinger in June.
Yeah. All right. So
Sean Spears. Yeah.
What's he going by now?
Sean Spears. He was that in ECW, well, the WWE ECW, which was like 10 years ago.
But now getting into the local scene, we'll keep with PPW here. April 27th, the Super Show 2. It's like PPW's WrestleMania, if you will. That's their biggest show of the year.
If you will.
And we got some small news.
If you will.
We know of one person who's going to be there, being WCW legend, the Disco Inferno.
Former television champion.
Yeah.
Disco Inferno is going to be there.
They are working on other guests.
Yeah, we heard a few names we're not allowed to say.
Usually there's always three, you know.
Usually one girl and
two guys.
Yeah.
Or, you know.
So the names we heard,
we can't say.
We can't say, but
holy shit.
Get excited.
Is all I'm going to say.
Get excited. Get ready for Super Show 2. It's going to be awesome.
Shawn Michaels.
It's going to be fun.
Not Shawn Michaels.
Enzo Amore.
Undertaker.
No.
They're going to pay that $50,000
Enzo
an hour or whatever it is.
Glacier.
Glacier's a really nice guy.
Chris Benoit. No.
The one thing I don't understand though is I know a lot of these big names can bully around a lot of people and ask for set amount of money and not budge from it. But come on, it's a small promotion. You're coming in to do a 10-minute match.
A lot of times they might give them a number and then like PPW.
I'd rather them not go with that guy because of his asking price and because I'd rather them not go with that guy.
I don't understand how people are booking Ryan Reeves at $4,500 an appearance.
No one is. Have you noticed?
All right, so do you have more local news before we fuck up and slip up and say something we're not supposed to?
Ryback.
Swapping to Outbreak on 420.
That's a little bit. Yeah, we have a
lot. I thought it was 421.
420.
We'll get to Outbreak a little. We'll do that when it's a little closer.
Already.
Yeah, we'll get to that a little closer. And then next week we'll talk about True. Right? We'll do True next week.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go main roster news. I'm just kind of going through a Facebook page because we didn't really share too much.
Yeah, Raw wasn't very good.
Raw and SmackDown were both filler. I fell asleep about them.
I didn't get to watch SmackDown. I didn't get to watch the Gauntlet match.
I got to watch the Gauntlet match a little bit. It was okay. I mean, I didn't like the fact that
we'll get to that. We'll get to SmackDown. Okay, I'm going to go through some quick news. Just kind of rumor news. WWE's a little unclear on what they're going to do with Paige. I think once her movie,
I don't think they'll do it.
Yeah, once the movie thing is out of the way,
I think they might.
Yeah, I don't think she'll be there much longer.
Yeah.
I'm not going to click on links, but Impact Wrestler could be losing their top star. WWE signs another X Division champion. We probably already talked about that.
Yep.
WWE's possibly looking at Rhea Ripley for main roster. I am all for that.
Ready, yeah. She's good.
She's unbelievable. She caught my eye in the Women's Rumble this year.
And when she was in Mae Young last year, she was like
she was like prissy.
She was like a volleyball chick. Yeah, she had real long blonde hair.
I love this punk rock.
She's a little bit thinner.
They let her do her thing.
Yeah.
Carl's and Anderson pulled from shows because
the Good Brothers are out.
They're leaving. Now here's why I never thought why I thought Dean Ambrose was leaving. When you say you're gone, usually you're pulled.
Yeah.
And they kept putting Dean Ambrose in main events.
Yeah, but now Dean Ambrose has been off TV for
I think they're going to try their best to keep him. Obviously.
I mean, Vince can open up that checkbook like he did for AJ. AJ resigned.
The Good Brothers are going with their buddies.
Yeah,
Come on. And do you blame them? Look at their whole run.
They're going to go somewhere where they can actually be used to their ability.
They're both good. Carl Anderson's really good.
Carl Anderson by himself can put on a 5-star match.
Yeah, he got to the finals of the G1 one year. It was him and I believe AJ.
I mean, not to be that guy, but like if they're in AEW, that tag division is stacked.
Yeah.
The tag team division might surpass the heavyweight title.
Yeah. Well, they want it to be like what a tag team can main event, like it does in ROH.
So a little bit of Raw. I mean, for the most part, Raw. Bailey got called out. Bailey and Sasha got called out by Natalya and
Beth
Phoenix. I mean, I have a thought on that. If you guys want to chime in with yours,
I don't want to see that.
I think Natalya and Beth Phoenix are winning the titles at Mania.
I can see it. Is it going to be a 3-way with Tamina and Nia too?
I think it's
and the
straight
Iconics.
A 4-way?
Oh, they're going to look at a 4-way.
I think.
Yeah,
I don't
because
think
the
Tamina,
Iconics.
I don't think Tamina and Nia are going to be
Bailey.
in, but I think it's going to be Beth and Natalya and the Iconics.
What I would do is I would just keep it a singles tag team match because you already have too many multi-man matches.
Then I'm sorry, you'd have to give it to the Iconics because they have the pinfall victory.
But
That sets up a number one contender of after Mania.
Yeah, they didn't even defend it once successfully.
So I would go. Beth Phoenix. You're not pulling Beth Phoenix out. Natalya's clock is ticking. They want to build up Natalya's Hall of Fame resume.
Mm-hmm.
She's done everything for the company.
She's only won the title once.
Yeah,
I think it was Divas. Oh no, she had SmackDown title.
She did. She had it for a little bit.
She had the title twice.
A hot minute.
Yeah, she was.
She beat Charlotte
She beat
at a
Naomi.
Battleground in 2017.
I thought she beat Naomi.
Thank you, Austin.
No, I was there.
Didn't she?
Oh, you were there.
Did she also beat Naomi and do like a heel run for a while as champion?
Possibly, but I do remember her rolling up Charlotte. It may have been like a multi-women match, but I remember the end being her rolling up Charlotte to win.
I think
Natty's very good in the ring.
Yes, I think Natty's paid her dues. Let her get her tag team title. Let them run it for a month, and then have them lose it next pay per view.
It's like I don't want to see it.
And I think they lose it. I think they lose it to the Iconics. I think the Iconics are the next in line.
Yeah, the Iconics not very good in the ring. Peyton's a little bit better than Billy, but they're over.
I think
they can talk.
I think they're
very entertaining.
They're hilarious.
Yeah,
and
I think Peyton's a pretty decent wrestler.
Yeah, she's
yeah.
But Billy's
like her solo stuff at NXT was actually really good.
Yeah, that
I'm sorry, I know I said this in the group chat, but Billy Kay cannot stand her voice. I mean, they come out and they start talking. They work well as a group, but they need to just let one of them talk.
What? That's the thing.
I think that's what's supposed
I'm sure she doesn't talk like that in real
They're
life.
supposed to drive you crazy.
Yeah.
She drives me insane to the point where I want to duct tape her mouth shut.
Iconic.
They're iconic.
Yeah, I love that pose.
I love them.
Like they're so the top.
I want an iconic shirt.
I want one, but they're so lame.
Yeah.
Like the ones just iconic. Like
I'm actually kind of happy. The 2 SmackDown shows we went to, we did not see them.
I'm bummed.
Peyton's so hot.
I know.
Even Billy's kind of.
I think they're both cute.
Billy has kind of like super makeup on.
They are quite attractive.
Yeah.
I like
another thing we'll talk about. If you want to get creepy, we'll talk about girls for a second.
Oh my god.
We're not talking about the Priscilla Kelly thing again.
No, I think we were talking about Dana Brooke. I think Dana Brooke looks good.
I think she looks terrible now.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
I think 2 years ago she looked phenomenal.
Unfortunately, I gotta agree with Andy on that.
I always had a little crush on Dana Brooke. So I think personally, if you kind of look from the outside in, she just lost somebody.
That was a while ago, though, wasn't it? I mean, no, that's terrible.
Yeah, but I think
over a year.
Dana Brooke 2 years ago to Dana Brooke now. Dana Brooke 2 years ago was so hot.
Yeah. She's not a she's not a bodybuilder anymore. I think because her significant other passed away, who was a bodybuilder, so maybe she left that lifestyle a little bit.
She was with Dolph for a while
she was dating Dolph.
She slimmed down,
and now she's with
cardio.
And is Cantor.
I don't have no idea who that is.
He's a NBA player.
Oh.
He's a 7-foot European center.
God. It looks like she got.
And you can't tease.
Yeah.
I think she looks good.
It looks like she got liposuction in her face.
Right.
Like her face looks.
It looks like it's sucked in.
Yeah.
Sometimes if they if you get skinny like
we were
that,
this close. We were this close to possibly getting Dana as a champion at one point because they were doing that whole
Remember they were big on her.
I like the fact that she was really built. I
like when she was.
I always thought of her and Charlotte Flair would be a good,
They were a team.
When she first came,
she was Charlotte. No, don't go that route.
All right, I'm not. I know.
When she first came, she was lean and real jacked.
Yeah.
And then she got real muscular. And then she got kind of fat.
And then she got chesty.
Yeah. And then she So her body really changes.
Yeah,
I
I don't mind her new look. I think she does look a lot. She
her
looks a
gear's
lot.
very nice.
Yes, I think she looks a lot smaller.
The one thing I have to say though is ever since her significant other passed, that's when she really looks like she's kind of stopped caring.
Maybe.
I don't think she stopped caring. I think she went from more of a bodybuilder look to more of a lean look.
Mm-hmm.
She went very lean. And I think it shows in her face.
I don't. That's not who she is, though. Like
No.
she wasn't.
Everyone can change.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, she
Yeah.
was when she first came. She was real
Yeah.
fit.
Who knows? Maybe
Yeah,
they
but
might
she
have
was
been
like-
set up a storyline.
She was like kind of chubby fit. She wasn't.
No, in NXT.
Yeah, she was kind of chubby fit. She wasn't
If
like
you go back and she was very
Yeah.
thin.
Well,
Yeah, and
we'll
she-
look at it this way. They might be able to do something with her and like, well, she's getting beat by Ronda Rousey. She's like, all right, I got to hit the weights. I got to get
Yeah.
stronger to beat Ronda. And then like all of a sudden
She
we
pulls
get,
back up.
oh man,
she's
she's just
athletic,
like,
but
And she's and
gorilla presses. and
Yeah.
shit.
we hate to break kayfabe for you guys, but she's not really hurt.
yeah, and she's athletic, but she's not very good.
Yeah. She's working on it.
Did anybody see the right hand that Travis Brown threw? Like the actual.
It looked like he blasted that guy.
Yeah,
Crushed him
with a forearm.
Yeah.
He crushed him with a forearm. He actually hit him.
I think that's
Whoa.
not needed. I think he looks like a douchebag. I think someone backstage said, "Oh, he looks like a douchebag, so let's add him that heat."
Yeah.
Because he looks like
I
an
don't. I
asshole.
mean, unless
But
Ronda.
That makes sense.
he actually hit the guy with the forearm, and I felt for the guy. So I'm like, you just
Yeah.
got hit by
Yeah.
a 6'6" MMA fighter, even with a
Yeah.
forearm.
and he
If
probably
he's hitting you a full might,
I mean,
then
you've seen
he
this
probably
promo.
didn't
He
apologize
connect-
either.
He
Yeah.
connected. Maybe Ronda's just like, hey, put him on TV. Let's talk about Ronda's promo quick. Are you a fan of it? Not a fan? Oh, we did talk about last show. Never mind. We did talk about that. Other thing is on Raw.
if you beat someone that's a nobody, what did you get?
Yeah.
nothing.
Kurt Angle's opponent.
Ugh. When he announced that, the whole arena was kind of
Now,
like,
they're already trying to say like it's canceled. We're going another way with it. Within a week, within what 3 days, they're already canceling it.
Ew.
Yeah.
There was so much
as
backlash.
soon as it was announced, I was just like, I feel like this is just going to be a last minute swerve anyway.
Now,
It should be
this
John
is-
Cena.
For
it
me,
should be anyone.
this is nothing against Baron Corbin. I don't think Baron Corbin's a bad worker. I don't think Baron Corbin.
do.
You don't like him in the ring.
I think he got worse as he came main roster.
Okay.
Rear chin lock.
Yeah.
That's his go-to move. That sucks.
I don't think he's horrible. I just think he's been getting squashed so much. To put him in there to get squashed again at Mania doesn't do him any justice.
Give Kurt someone better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His last good match was the triple threat with Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler. That match was amazing, and then
Yeah.
ever since then,
Yep.
they went with the whole Constable gimmick, and it's been awful.
Yeah. and
Was
it-
this pre like long? Yeah, that's pre long.
Pre-constable. No, that,
Before he shaved his head.
Yeah, before he shaved his head,
Yes.
now
pre ball.
in Kurt's defense, this
Kurt really can't.
Kurt
wrestle.
against Chad Gable.
Looked rough.
Yeah.
Oof.
And as much as I would love to see him one more time with John Cena after that amazing match they put on in Cena's debut match,
Yeah.
we all know it's not going to happen.
5 minutes tops.
Yeah. John Cena is
Kurt
in.
Can't really go anymore.
John Cena is in probably the best shape of his life, and that's what Kurt looked like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kurt 20 years ago against Cena now. I'd love to see that
We
match.
played a little bit of a funny scenario, but if we would have had a better in shape Kurt that can go longer and do a
Mhm.
better performance,
Yeah.
we booked this thing where we said, it was more or less Jeff Austin's dad said, Seth Rollins gets squashed, then Kurt challenges Brock or something along those lines, and then
Yeah.
Kurt beats Brock because there's two matches that as a wrestling fan, if you had everyone in their prime, Cena Kurt, Cena Brock would be cool.
That would be.
I'm sorry, Kurt Angle Brock.
Kurt Brock.
Kurt Brock.
versus Joe,
And then-
Smo Joe because of TNA stuff. I know. It's
Oh,
TNA,
that would be
but-
cool
yeah.
too.
I would have thought
Kurt.
even maybe Kurt and AJ.
I like AJ Randy. I think AJ Randy's gonna be one of the sleepers of the night. I think it's one of the best matches of the night.
That's true, but
It-
you got to look at their past.
If Randy wants
My
to wrestle,
guess is that match is going to open up the card just like Seth Orton did.
Okay, yeah, I can
That
see
would be a good.
And it's
going to
be a hot start.
What if
Yeah,
you get
absolutely.
what if you get his Jason Jordan back to retire his dad?
I don't think he can wrestle.
He
anymore.
can't wrestle.
Oh,
He's
I think
done.
he's that hurt. Yeah.
They
They
should have
should've-
him signed as a producer backstage and a writer.
They
Like,
should have
he's-
did a thing where Gable was like, "I'm your real son." That's how.
Well,
she retired.
well, what about Shelton Benjamin? What are they doing?
that
with
was
him?
rumored.
Shelton Benjamin was an option. Shelton has enough respect for Kurt coming from the world's greatest tag team that he's like, I can't do it.
Oh man,
Shelton's really good.
Oh,
You know-
speaking of,
You know who offered to retire Kurt Angle? Bro.
Matt Riddle.
Oh yeah, I see.
Whoa.
They won't.
I got a
bring him
theory
up.
for you then,
Yeah.
coming up with a takeover.
Yeah, they
now
won't,
that all the matches are finally squared up.
they won't bring him up. Then.
Oh, before we get into all that, I don't know if I'm back or whatever, or like in the past, about Arn Anderson being fired.
Arn Anderson was fired because he let Alicia Fox
Alicia
go out
Fox.
wrestling drunk.
Alicia Fox should be fired.
She should be.
Alicia Fox has been there way past her welcome. She's still a diva. 10 years, she still can't wrestle.
Yeah.
See you later. If you haven't gotten better, in
The
10
way
years,
the women's division now is,
10
if you
years.
can't put on a half-hour match
Yeah.
with somebody across from you, get going.
She can't put on a 5-minute match.
Honestly, that's the problem with Natalia right now.
Natalia can wrestle. She just can't go more than 10 minutes.
She can wrestle, but I feel like Natalia is one of the last members of the older school women's division, and this new era is a completely different level.
Well, you got to
No,
remember,
I think
Natalia
she's
was the
pretty
first
good.
woman they actually brought in that could wrestle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying
She just
can't.
doesn't have any gimmick work.
Yeah, yeah, that's
I mean, Natalia heel wasn't
Kitty-
that great.
kitty
Natalia
cat
face
is-
really isn't that great.
yeah.
But what I do give her, and I'm the immense amount of credit for, is she can work.
Yeah. She can.
You know what she? You know who she reminds me of? Another, one of the greatest of all time, that could wrestle his ass off but had no personality whatsoever.
Bulldog.
Bret Hart. Sorry, that's Bret Hart.
Bad guy Bret Hart had a little charisma to him.
But he hated being a bad guy, and he didn't try to portray it. Bret Hart.
That's also you.
boring.
This is also coming from a Shawn Michaels fan.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
Shawn
yeah.
Michaels,
This is very skewed.
Shawn Michaels had more charisma in his pinky than Bret Hart.
Oh, that's cool.
Hang on.
Yeah, but Shawn Michaels also got
The
to
screw
dictate
job.
what he wanted to do. He got to dictate what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you're the Heartbreak
In
Kid,
Canada,
I'll
our
never-
beer's better, our women are better looking. That promo was great by Bret.
yeah,
Bret had his
that
thing.
was funny.
I'll never forget that time when we were going to York and you let me listen to what was it, Busted Open, that podcast or whatever.
No, we listened to Bruce Pritchard.
Bruce Pritchard.
Okay, yeah.
And I
Something
love that
wrestling.
whole fact when we were driving. It was so fascinating. Like
Bruce Pritchard's
you and I
podcast
were
is-
talking about that.
Bruce Pritchard's Something to Wrestle With is a phenomenal
Yeah,
podcast.
Very good.
That is
I've
awesome.
listened since the start.
I liked it. It's like we drove up
Bret-
to York.
Brett's
and-
my favorite Bret Hart moments are era. Like, I think Bret Hart had the most personality, most charisma, best mic work was against Shawn. Like, he had to step
Steve
up.
Austin.
Yeah. Yes and no. I thought it was good with Steve, but I thought it was better with Shawn. I thought that legit rivalry, and even though
Yeah.
they hated each other's guts, they still were professional
Yeah,
and worked.
enough to wrestle.
I think you can flip it in between like face and heel for both of them.
I thought it was.
too.
I
And
thought.
it's
I thought that was
just the look and how they portrayed themselves. Yeah, I definitely can see that.
I wish Bret would have.
No,
The
I
screw
definitely
job
want to get
should
everybody's
stay.
opinion on this, though. Austin, you can chime in here too, because I know you're probably gonna have a good opinion on this. But WrestleMania
Okay.
is like the reset button for the major wrestling world. Everybody basically goes based off of WrestleMania when you hit the reset button. Okay,
It's like a Happy New Year thing.
I thought you would
Right.
say the Raw after is the reset storylines.
well, that too, but now when you have Bruce Pritchard almost as your head of storylines and the head
I
writer,
heard he's not as high up on the chain as initially.
apparently
announced.
he's
just
right
on
there with the
creative
head
team.
writer. He's on the creative team.
how much
You got guys like Jeff Jarrett, Abyss,
Dana Warrior.
Dana Warrior is a woman's perspective, but you have
Yeah, I don't.
Sanjay Dutt,
I don't get that
Abyss, all those guys who really know what they're doing in the ring. Is WWE taking the right steps to trying to get their storylines back to where they need to be?
The problem is it still ends at Vince. If he doesn't like it, he shoots it down.
Now,
It could be a great storyline. God damn it, I don't like that.
here's
We're gonna put
Vince
Jinder
has-
Mahal versus
Yeah,
LA
Vince
Jose.
does. Vince
So-
truly has a vice grip over.
here's my
Yeah,
theory on that.
everything.
I think Vince is loosening up.
He doesn't have a choice at this point.
On the only fact is,
Not until he dies.
no. Here's my theory. Listen to me. Hear me out.
You're saying about the XFL, aren't you?
He can't do both.
He's gonna try.
I know he's gonna.
He's gonna try.
He can't do
Damn,
both.
That's why the
They
XFL
tried.
failed the first time.
Yeah.
He can't do both. And I really truly feel that people are saying, Vince, we're going to be honest with you. If you don't start changing, you're going to get steamrolled by AEW.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think
And
it's
everyone
I think
else.
that process has already started.
So
All In proved that they can steamroll a WWE pay-per-view. The New Japan G1 Supercard has sold out Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Something WWE hasn't done in 10 years.
Yeah.
so
Now,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Austin.
God, Austin.
now saying that All In steamrolled the WWE pay per view is a little far fetched because they barely produced their main event. Their main event was
True.
the like most awful produced main event. Like
That's
barely
okay, though,
made time.
but the
they
event
kinda
was
ran
sold
time.
out.
The show was overall was really good.
Yeah, they had
It was.
the way they sold the show and how many people actually subscribed to the show is what I was referring to.
Well, that,
Right.
It's because it's new and everything.
So
and,
so Vince is obviously doing this thing where he is showing his face more, and he promised the world,
We're gonna change.
hey, we're going to change.
And then what changed?
And now he's turning into heel Vince.
And heel Vince is usually where Stone Cold comes out, stuns him once or twice, and we
Yeah.
call it a week.
but he's too old to really get beat up.
He's not going to get beat up anymore. But what you can do
He's beat up.
is you can stage
Shane.
you can stage a now storyline where you say and this is genius. I think this is the way they should go about it. We not say their name because you don't want to give publicity, but the smart fans know what's going on. Wrestling fans know that there's a competition coming again when it comes to all brands.
No.
Everyone has a shot at this now. I think you do a storyline where you're like, Vince, you have a guy like Kofi. You have these guys who you keep screwing. You're screwing Becky. You're screwing the two superstars that you said you're going to make a change for so they have a chance to shine, and you lied. Your superstars say, you know what? We know there's bigger and better things out there. If you don't change the way you are or step down or get out, we're all leaving. And that's a way to get rid of the Vince McMahon character.
Yeah.
So then a new owner, or maybe like a
Triple
face.
H or Shane steps in.
Well, Shane's now heel.
Yeah, I think the whole
So you
general
then
manager thing is just so
you
played
step
out.
over as like a Triple H is now I'm here for, and he's not like I'm here because when he comes out, people chant NXT.
Yeah.
So maybe do the thing where like you make Sean or your Trip your new guy who's in charge, because you could say we're here like a Kurt Angle. People love that Kurt Angle. When Shane was the good guy and I'm here and I'm giving opportunity.
He got some of the biggest pops in every arena.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So this storyline they're building where
That
Vince
could-
keeps screwing people
yeah.
over is a way for the locker room to do a storyline where they say, if you don't sign, we're going to leave. Like I would have signed AJ, but not said a word.
Yeah, that's what
I would have used
yeah.
AJ as like the roster's ready to leave.
A real pivot.
Yeah,
and
they
then-
should have told him to post on Twitter, be like,
Yes.
you don't know what you're doing.
So like you're like
And yet
so,
he posts,
might leave, yeah.
here's
Oh,
my
that
dog,
would
by the
build
way,
a
I
lot,
re-signed
yeah.
a new
Oh,
deal.
yeah.
Wow,
So realistically, you have Kofi who's going to come into this week's SmackDown, and New Day's posting all these awesome angles online
Yeah.
saying they're going to quit, and they're crying racism, and they're saying not crying, but saying racism's involved. I was telling him, you have Kofi say, you know what? I created the New Day. This is where the power of positivity is going to stand true. I'm staying. I'm not quitting, because he
Yeah.
said in that promo, this is not the time to quit. This is the time to persevere. And the other two were like, F that. This is not worth it for us. The New Day then split a little bit. Kofi then kind of does his thing, and then you give Xavier and Big E a break. Kofi gets his belt. He's done it by himself because they never really did an angle where that he had to get help by New Day, which is smart.
Yeah.
Maybe this week on Raw, a few of your superstars say, if you don't give Kofi his opportunity, if you don't give Kofi his opportunity, we're all quitting. And then Vince says, well, then quit. And maybe some of your predominant black superstars walk out and they get a break. A couple weeks later or a month later, next pay-per-view, a new Nation of Domination comes in.
No.
Think about
This
it.
is so far-fetched.
No, but listen.
That's what I said when he explained it to me.
SmackDown, they already said SmackDown wants to go in a different direction when it comes to story. They want to be more of an adult-themed PG.
That's
Like
what-
Now, how's that going to work when Disney just bought Fox?
you have to, because if they do this, if they keep doing kiddie
Disney's gonna
style,
own not
yeah.
kid
You're doing
stuff. I mean,
If they keep doing this kiddie stuff with AEW coming, you need to push the envelope a little bit.
that's
Yeah,
what
but
I
is
was-
Disney going to be able to promote professional wrestling?
It's
Well,
not,
they're
the,
not-
the Mickey Mouse ears are not going to be on it.
yeah, they're not.
Just
Right,
because
they're
they
gonna
own
kind of let their
Fox.
own thing, and
Just
not only
because-
that,
Disney doesn't tell Marvel
Not
Comics
only-
what to do.
and not only
It's
that,
its own thing.
you
They own
know,
it, but they don't tell them what to do. They don't say make Wolverine.
and it would
do
be
this.
stupid for Disney to actually control literally everything.
Now, I'm not saying a
because-
Nation of Domination per se,
Wow.
but I think you play into, because what is the WWE? What has WWE done? Every single time they made some revolutionary movement, or they made an impactful movement or a storyline movement, they kind of played the line between races, like what's going on in the world and what's going on in wrestling. They kind of made that correlation. Right now, our country is more divided than ever, and now you have a billionaire white guy who's telling black guys they can't get over. They're putting it out there. They're writing the
Yeah.
story for themselves.
I like that whole idea of bringing in like real world problems into the show. Like that makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
But I think what people are so quick to jump on Vince McMahon. Yeah. But if we're really gonna look at it,
he's a genius.
He has single-handedly made Kofi Kingston and Becky Lynch, who are kind of forgotten about, the most over people in the company.
Exactly.
Fans can claim that all they want, but without Vince putting those people in those positions, obviously with their hard work also like added to it, Vince is the person who creates these opportunities. Like he's the last person to say on these.
See, Kofi's been over heel or face though. Kofi's been over for 10 years. He's just never really gotten
Kofi's been push. Over, but Kofi's been over as a New Day member. Kofi was never
Kofi was over as Jamaican Kofi.
They gave him some steam when he was feuding with Randy Orton. Was that 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. But what about Becky Lynch?
Yeah, Becky Lynch was doing nothing.
Was Kofi getting an entire arena chanting Kofi?
People were chanting Kofi Mania
during the Randy Orton feud 10 years ago. Yeah, but like a year ago, did anyone really care about Kofi? Nah. Yeah, they're like New Day.
I mean, the New Day run had Kofi relevant, but
if you would have said, what do you think about Kofi Kingston as world champion a year ago? People are like, get that fuck out.
Honestly, I've been saying Kofi for a year because I know Kofi only needs one title to be a Grand Slam.
I mean, like even
I don't even think it'd be a Grand Slam. I think it would be a 5-time champion.
No, he's never had the he's had every
belt that he has.
He's every title except the Universal.
Didn't he hold the hardcore title?
Well, that doesn't count. That's not part of his. That's not current. Yeah. Grand Slam goes by eras too.
Every current title that's there now, except for the women's.
He's had every current title,
not counting NXT.
Yeah.
Kofina.
But like the whole thing is like whenever there's a gimmick like the high flying Jamaican Kofi Kingston, like he was getting like a good push, and then all of a sudden like it switches over, kind of like Bad News. Prime example is Bad News
West
Barrett.
African badass Kofi, who took Randy Orton to a new level.
Bad News Barrett could have
and like Bad News Barrett, that was an excellent heel character. Like coming, I think it's bad news. It's like I loved that whole gimmick, and then all of a sudden they just pulled the rug underneath.
He couldn't stay healthy.
They killed that before he was even.
Here's a cool thing about this rivalry.
And then too, King Barrett.
That's kind of been under the radar. So there's been a video that's been surfacing online for a long time now of Randy Orton getting mad at Kofi for botching something during a match.
Oh, he botched a finish.
And Randy literally on you hear him on the mic. You go, "You're stupid. You are stupid." Years later, Kofi beats Cena, and right before he hits him with the finish, he yells on cam, "You're stupid, you're stupid." And then they did it again during the gauntlet match.
Oh, really?
Randy Orton pays attention to what people talk about online. He may act as a dick. He may act like a piece of garbage. Randy Orton's a very smart wrestler when it comes to working the fans.
I agree on that.
He honestly, this year alone has gotten me a lot more respect for him as a superstar.
Well, just because he got the twerk though,
twerking for me helps.
I would say like I think that was a whole.
It was a good callback if you're not paying attention.
Personally, I think that Randy Orton was like pushed way too hard, like way back when.
By the way,
it was just like, oh my god, Randy Orton, and I'm going that route.
SmackDown's down in Allentown Monday night on a house show.
But point being,
a lot of people, I hate when they do a house show on Raw. That's so dumb to me.
It's a SmackDown house show.
Yeah, but it's dividing your audience. Like, it's like, you're making money, but
what do you think Randy Orton would do if he came out and saw us sitting third row and be like, hey,
you better twerk, baby?
So many people,
and Randy's like, oh, damn it.
Not this guy.
Or F-bomb.
So what about WrestleMania? They're saying 8 hours. I had enough of that one WrestleMania when The Rock came out the flamethrower. I'm like, I am completely done. That
well, when he lit up the sign that said The Rock, he
came
came out with like the China style flamethrower, like she had her gun, and lit The Rock on fire.
There was,
oh my god,
The Rock in these metal letters just there, and he lights it on fire. I'm like, it was like 11 o'clock. I'm like, this is going way too long. And he came out and said, I want to go home. I don't want to watch this anymore. There comes a certain point where
I thought he did that to open the show.
No, that was right near it was right before the main event, which was Roman versus Triple H, and it was.
Yep.
Now is that like after? Like,
didn't Ronda come out then?
No, that was before next year.
Yeah. Was that like after WWE?
Oh wait, she did come out and she did the thing with Stephanie. Yeah, she did.
So then one more thing on Raw real quick before we go over to SmackDown, even though we kind of did already with Kofi. Bobby Lashley is looking at obviously probably Finn Balor again. We pitched an idea. We had two ideas where either you have Bobby Lashley and the Demon,
I think that's a waste.
Yeah.
Oh, so apparently there was something.
I'm
that
sorry,
was
but whenever the
leaked
demon
online.
comes out, it's a squash.
Exactly.
No, not all.
Except for the Seth Rollins
The
match.
leak.
Kevin
Did you see the
Owens.
leak?
Yeah.
No.
What happened? Apparently, the marketing for WWE, I think it was like in Canada or something.
Yes.
They actually
before Bobby won the belt, they leaked next week that Finn was fighting Bobby for the Intercontinental Championship and had the belt on Bobby already.
No, Demon.
Oh, they leaked the demon.
They leaked the demon. Oh,
well,
yeah.
They also leaked. So before the match happened, while they were in the arena, they showed a trailer for the next next week's show.
Are you
Raw.
brave enough to conquer your?
And during the promo, they show the belt on Lashley saying, "Will Finn get his rematch next week?"
God.
And the match didn't happen yet.
I don't think they should have flipped the title.
And even hinting the demon then too. Yeah, people were thinking like, oh,
now,
yeah.
What about this? What about our fantasy booking?
My fantasy booking is Bob Lashley gets fired.
It's a triple threat match because you think Lilo, Bobby versus Finn. There's no chance Finn wins. Halfway through, Lilo turns. Lilo and Stitch. Yeah, Leo turns and pins Bobby and becomes new Intercontinental champion.
That would kind of like,
I'm done with that.
That would throw the biggest monkey wrench into Vince McMahon's
right there. Wow.
theories and ways.
Oh my god, it'd be awesome.
Oh,
also, back to Finn Balor as Demon. Most of his matches have been squashes on the main roster, except for one, which was his match with AJ Styles at TLC.
Yep.
No. The match with Seth for the Universal title was.
That's true.
That match was
that's
huge
another one.
up until he tore his labrum.
Yeah.
Well, that was early on.
Another quick, not wrestling but wrestling news. I don't know if you guys seen on online. A gold medalist wrestler's brother.
I saw that video. And I was completely in shock.
Oh, I heard about that at work.
So what happened was Kurt Angle's brother is a
youth wrestling coach.
And I guess a kid lost.
He's choking him
or he was coming off.
He grabs him with both hands like this,
and
picks him up off his feet,
like Homer Simpson.
Yeah, kind of barks him, and he puts him down and then shoves him.
He didn't. No, he didn't put him down.
He wired him.
When the camera turned, he already had the kid up by his neck.
Double choke slam.
Not only one arm. He had him by the back of his neck up in the air.
Yeah.
And just like whipped the kid by his neck across the to get back to the bench.
He's been arrested and facing charges.
He could have killed the kid.
That's it.
He's facing some legit charges.
I didn't see that. Wow.
Yeah, really.
That
crazy
was.
stuff.
Yeah, I heard about we have one old guy.
I'm sorry, but is the Triple H Batista match even relevant for WrestleMania?
I think they're two big stars. I mean, you got Drax there.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's got to be an Avengers.
They did a good job selling me.
Yeah, I want to see it, but I don't want it to be 25 minutes. I want it to be.
But what I'm asking is this
maybe
match
like 10, 12 minutes, maybe?
Is this match even going to be relevant? Is it going to mean anything in the end of the day?
Oh, you mean like on Raw? No.
just like gimmicky, like a novelty.
It's a novelty. Yeah, it's an attraction. Some
scumbag fan is selling the Owen Hart's funeral program online. I did see that. That's disgusting.
I wouldn't sell it. Who would buy that? I don't.
That's just bad policy.
Yeah.
We already talked about Dana. She's not hurt.
So NXT.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking through.
I didn't get to see this week's, but obviously
the 5-man match. If you haven't seen it yet, you missed out.
I want to talk about this real quick. I went on NXT's Instagram page. Fans, if you want to be the same type of fans who cry and say WWE doesn't do anything, or they do this or they do that, or we're sick of being everything so predictable. Just because NXT tapes something early, don't be that guy who puts it all over the internet. It's not like there is some fans out there that enjoy watching it on a weekly basis, and all you're doing is just ruining it for yourself and everyone else.
I mean, we kind of did it last week.
I know, but it's like they posted the match to be like a promo for this week's show, and every single comment is like they were the most original person on the planet by telling everyone who the winner was going to be.
A lot of the comment on wrestling are just assholes.
Yeah, it's just
it's like all the people.
But
Captain
while we're on the
comedy.
subject, heading into NXT Takeover New York, I do have a theory for you.
Go ahead.
Well, before that, I want to cover the finish of the Fatal 5-Way match.
Go ahead.
Right.
Oh, so Ricochet hits his
shooting star press halfway out into the ring.
and he has the cover down,
Mm-hmm.
and Adam Cole comes out of the ring while Ricochet's like sitting up and
He's sitting up with the leg hooked like this.
Okay. Oh, okay.
hits his Shining Wizard to the back of the head for the fall.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, he hit him with the final shot, knee right to the back of the head, and I thought he actually caught Ricochet there for a second until they played it in slow-mo. I'm like, okay, you got it.
Yeah, Adam Cole's good. That sounds like a good finish. I'm gonna watch that, but I have to
Adam
catch up
Cole,
on New
Lancaster,
Japan
PA
Cup.
referee.
Now,
Yeah.
do you
They
give,
made everyone look like a star.
do you give Johnny Gargano, who's been
No, you give it to Adam Cole.
You have to give him that.
Yeah.
You got to give it to Adam Cole.
I agree.
Johnny has
Gargano has to come up.
he has to beat it from he has to beat John before.
I like that. Honestly, because when Ciampa comes back, he comes back straight to main roster.
Maybe.
Maybe
yeah.
Gargano starts getting some flying. He gets maybe if by that time if 205 is regular television, he gets 05 or he gets an IC or US, and then Gargano's he's back, he's back, and then all of a sudden
You could do
Ciampa's-
the-
yeah.
Oh, yes.
You know what's sad?
Yeah, because
Honestly, I think when he comes back, it might be DIY. Just for a little bit.
Go ahead, Austin. What were you gonna say?
well, their last encounter that was seen, chronologically, was Ciampa turning on Gargano.
Yeah, he went for
Again.
it. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So
they
went for it,
can-
and Johnny's
they
like,
can
"Not this time."
They can do that again. Have Gargano win a title of some sort, and then as he's walking up the ramp, Ciampa behind him.
Yeah, and especially since Ciampa's gonna be out for like a year, the cooldown, people are gonna kind of forget. But I wouldn't say
that's all saying if he comes back and he's good to go.
Yeah, I think he will be. Edge had that done. He wrestled for 6 more years.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually he did retire, but it's a shame they ain't using Candice, Johnny's
Real
wife.
quick, I just found another quick news
Candice is
article.
great, and they're just not using her at all. It's a waste.
AEW filed some trademarks. One that caught.
I hope Cody
attention.
gets that because his dad invented all them.
Yeah, he might get Bash at the Beach,
Which is why isn't WWE using that? Bash at the Beach.
Crazy.
WWE used it like twice and then got rid
they
of it.
used Great American Bash and then
Great American
became
Bash.
the Bash.
Yeah.
But they didn't. I hope he gets Halloween Havoc.
I love
that one.
Yeah.
That's my personal
Why
favorite.
would he use that? But Vince is so queer about
We can't use their stuff.
it.
not my idea. Yeah.
So I hope Cody
Beat
gets
it.
all of them, and I hope
It
he
wasn't
uses
me.
them.
I don't want it.
And I hope he gets it because Vince wouldn't let Cody use his name. And that's why I really hope.
Not gonna lie,
WWE doesn't even own any of those names, do they?
And he's trying to
They
get
probably let him run up.
he's trying to get his dad's name back, Dusty Rhodes.
Oh.
He filed a trademark for Dusty Rhodes.
Really?
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I kind of like the whole purist thing from McMahon, but he has to suck it up sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, let the guy have this.
WWE's headquarters are moving.
I seen that.
Another
Are they staying in
Where are they
Connecticut?
moving up?
Yeah.
Somewhere else in
north?
Stanford.
Yeah. Another quick rumor
No,
is
same town.
WWE is not fully over the Sister Abigail idea.
Just let it die.
Who shared that?
Let it
I
die.
think everyone else is.
Yeah.
Let it
Paige,
die.
Oh,
She
no.
can't wrestle anymore. There's no point.
just a manager.
No.
If you're gonna have a manager, manage Sonya and Mandy.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion. This is a big one right here. I was okay with Bray Wyatt being like Sister Abigail because
I'm not
Because
doing a
she's
cross dressing
dead.
Bray.
What if you need something to do for what's her name too? The crazy chick.
Nikki.
Nikki Cross.
Where's she been?
they
I
got to
feel
do
bad
Nikki
for her.
Oscar.
Yeah. I don't know
You would
what's
think.
Asuka gonna do at WrestleMania.
I don't think she has a
Mandy?
match yet.
No, she doesn't.
If you're interested, Jimmy Uso's body cam camera has been released.
No.
I don't care. I don't care anything about what they do. They're
but,
good wrestlers, but I still.
Here's my theory for you. So we all know that at NXT TakeOver New York, it is the Velveteen Dream against the original bro, Matt Riddle, for the NXT North American title.
I think they probably give it to Matt Riddle.
That's what I'm getting at. Matt Riddle's undefeated in NXT right now. If you don't really count losing that 5-way, he wasn't pinned.
Yeah, that's okay.
But Matt Riddle beats the Dream.
Mhm.
What are the odds we see the Dream Monday or Tuesday night?
Maybe. I think they should get he should get a title run. He should feud with Adam Cole then.
I mean, they gave him the North American title. I think they're ready to call him up. I think they just need an excuse to get him off of NXT.
Maybe, but I think
Give him the North American title, make him happy.
I think he should win the world.
They
title.
have, I don't know, because they have a lot of people coming in. Like, eventually they're going to need to have spots for Dijak and Punishment Martinez and Keith Lee.
You know, I never.
And then they just signed DJZ. They signed Garza Jr. Shane Strickland coming in can easily fill those holes.
Right. And who knows what's up with Kushida still.
Oh yeah.
Kushida hasn't confirmed nor denied he signed.
He will be in the crowd at NXT Takeover in New York.
You don't think he's going to show up for the New Japan?
No, because he didn't sign. He didn't resign.
You don't think he's just not
Yeah,
going
I'm
to show
pretty
up?
sure.
No, not at
No?
all. 100% no. He's gone to WWE. That they had the farewell and everything for
But see,
him.
my thing is, if they let Kenta walk, are they going to do the same thing to Kushida?
Probably. They don't know what they get a lot of times. And Vince thinks, another Japanese guy. Oh, God damn it. We already have one, you know? As much as you read all that stuff about Vince, that's how he thinks.
Yeah.
We got Nakamura. Why do we need another one? God damn
Now, do
He's
you
a black
think,
guy. Make him a thug.
You sure you don't want to do Vince for like a cosplay? You're doing pretty good, Vince.
do you think NXT's in any trouble
No.
sending up
Not at
5
all.
other guys at
No.
one time?
NXT is still putting on the better product, hands down.
Keith Lee is coming up. He's really good.
Adam Cole's gonna stay down.
Yeah,
there for
Adam
a
Cole will
while.
be the world champion.
You're going to see,
Put all the belts on Undisputed Era and let him run wild.
as much as I hate it, you're going to see guys like Roddy, who could be a main roster
He's great.
magnificent,
I think they would drop the ball on all of them on
Yeah.
the main roster.
especially like Red Dragon. You don't know what you got with them.
Yeah,
Roddy can put on match of the night every night if you gave him the opportunity.
They're all good. All 4 of them are really good.
And then like the British strong style guys, I feel like we're
they're
gonna see
good.
them. We're either gonna see them on like normal NXT or the main roster soon, because Pete Dunne's gonna drop the title to Walter at Takeover.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's 100% confirmed. But
does
he
Pete-
wants
does-
that time off too to spend with his kid too. So I
Does
think
Pete
he's
Dunne
going to
come
take
back
2 or
and
3
go main
months off.
roster?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think they'll probably keep him in UK to make that something. I think them the European Union, they're very good.
Yeah.
Marcel
Marcel Bartel and
Bartel.
Fabian
Yeah,
my
Eichner.
only,
Fabian
my
Eichner.
only problem
They
with
need
the
some
NXT
new gear though. They're
the only
very plain
problem with
looking.
the NXT show is every single person looks the same. They all
Yeah,
have
the UK one.
they all have the same gear. They all have the side cut,
long
long
hair on the
top, and big beard.
Yeah.
Well, if you actually watched UK 2 weeks ago,
Hipsters.
it was Walter and
Walter
Pete
stands
Dunne.
out.
Yeah, it was Walter and Pete Dunne against Joe and Mark Coffey, and I thought they put on a great tag team match.
That Joe Coffey, the guy that wrestled Pete Dunne at that main event, he's good, but I just wasn't into him.
Their camp.
I got to see the tag team match, and it was so slow.
Really? Ugh.
Like eventually they had some really good spots in it, but it just felt slow.
Sometimes the UK guys, I don't know. I just don't feel the NXT UK. And then what's that Dijak guy? I don't get him.
I thought of him.
Oh, I'm all in on Dijak.
I never thought Punishment Martinez was any good in ROH. I think his promo's terrible.
He never
He's
really
a big
talked.
dude.
He only said about 3 sentences.
He has the weird voice.
But I will give him this.
He's
Even the limited amount of time and the small time he's been wrestling,
Yeah.
I like him. I think he could be like that next. He kind of reminds me of Vampiro. He's that big, tall, lengthy guy.
Vampiro's very good.
Yeah. But I think he's that tall, lanky guy that can be better with enough refinement.
Maybe he'll get better. Give him a chance. But and that Dijak, I don't know. I just don't see it. I watched that match when he wrestled a couple weeks ago.
Keith Lee.
No, it wasn't Keith Lee. It was he beat up
Shane Thorne.
The Shane Thorne, and I was like, this. I don't get it.
He's just able to do things that a man of his size should not be.
Yeah,
able
he
to
did
do.
that one.
Plus, he's really fun.
That
He's
springboard,
like really
something.
funny.
Springboard moonsault or shooting star or something he did. I was like, well, that was impressive. But Shane Thorne's tag partner that left and went to New Japan, doing 100 times better now. He went to New Japan because he's in the New Japan
Mikey
Cup.
Nichols.
Yeah, Mikey Nichols.
Oh,
Got the
God.
wrestle Okada and everything. I'm like, that you made a good decision. He's probably getting more money too.
He made Okada bleed on one shot.
Yeah. I didn't get to see that match. I always see the highlights of it, and I got to see today's show and yesterday's show. So Okada versus Ospreay, and then what today was Colt Cabana versus Sonata and Tanahashi versus Zack Sabre, which I'm sure were both really good. New Japan. Did you watch any more of the New Japan, Austin?
What's that?
Did you watch any more of the New Japan Cup at all?
I haven't this week now.
Oh, okay. Colt Cabana versus Yano. You couldn't ask for anything better of a comedy match. That was,
Oh my god, that just sounds like a dream comedy match. Throw Santino in there, and then you have. The
oh my god,
storm.
it was so good. It was like 15 minutes of just wackiness, and Colt Cabana getting the push in New Japan. I think he's gonna. I don't know if it's sign with him, but he's doing really good there, and I'm sure the match with Sonata. I'm just assume Sonata wins, but maybe Colt Cabana wins. He's gonna wrestle like Tanahashi or Zack Sabre. Colt Cabana's very good.
What are the odds that
technical
Zack
wrestler,
Sabre wins this again?
I don't see him winning again.
I want him to win a title there. I want him to hold a major title.
I mean,
year,
he is
whether
holding
it's
a
Ring of
major
Honor.
title. I mean,
I think he might get the U.S. or maybe Intercontinental there.
No, because I think Chase Owens might get the U.S. title because he's wrestling Jews.
They're pushing that. I could see that.
Show.
I could see that. I mean, maybe not right now, but eventually I could see Zach winning one of them titles.
Right.
I know,
But like,
I forget where it was. I'm pretty sure I saw Tonga Loa and Chase Owens is wrestling a match around here. They're doing a local show.
I just don't see any need to have like Juice Robinson doesn't do it for me, especially as a champion.
Yeah.
I think it would be really cool for Bullet Club to bulk up on titles too, make them like cement them as a dominant stable again.
And this is what I was getting at last week.
I never was into Chase Owens too much, but it would help him a lot. And the Juice US title run's kind of just
This is what I was getting at last week with New Japan. Like everybody's in a stable. There's not really
that's their thing though.
Yeah, I mean, would it be possible for him to break down the stables and just maybe have like a smaller set of stables?
I don't know, because I think they're just so dead set on that. There's only them certain people like Tanahashi who's not really in a stable, and Juice isn't, and
that's their thing.
Yeah, that's kind of their thing. Like it's kind of like when you come to Japan, you join a group.
You're a young lion, and then when you get to that point, you're allowed to join a stable.
Yeah, they don't focus on the stables as hard though. It's like everyone's in chaos, but they're not. Like it's not Chaos versus New Japan.
Chaos has like 20 people.
Yeah, like they had Mikey Nichols.
Suzuki-gun has what, 7 or 8?
Just about. Well, Izuka retired, so there's Taka, David Boy Smith Jr., Lance Archer, Taichi, El Desperado, and Kanemaru, and then Suzuki himself. So what's that? 8?
Zack Sabre, 9.
Yeah, Zack Sabre. I forgot about Zack Sabre.
Yeah.
And then Bullet Club has roughly 12.
No, they trimmed it down now. So if you don't count Jet and Ghetto, because they're just managers, there's Fale, Chase Owens, Tangaloa, Tamatanga, Hikuleo. Did I say Fale?
Yep.
And Bone Soldier, Taiji Morji, and that new guy that's coming. I forget his name.
And
I don't even know who the new guy is.
Takahashi. Yujiro Takahashi.
Fuck.
Okay.
The champion.
Oh, Jay White's technically. I forgot Jay White's a Bull Club.
Oh, yeah.
8 or 9, yeah.
And then Chaos has at least 20. I don't understand.
Chaos, I'll go through Chaos because it's Okada, Sho and Yo,
Rocky Romero.
Rocky Romero to count, so he wrestles. Mikey Nichols, Yano. I think that's about. Wait. I might forget. I think that's about it.
Wait, where's Ishii?
Oh yeah, he's in Chaos. He's in Chaos.
Honestly, he's probably one of my favorite New Japan wrestlers.
Hey, Ishii is so good. I mean, he doesn't really have charisma.
He's up there in age, but
he had so many good matches.
He's up there in age. He's in his late 30s, I think. But God, the guy can work.
Show.
For the U.S. title? Oh wait, no, that.
Yeah,
it
was the U.S. title tournament.
Oh, when he was biting the rope. Remember
that
was fantastic.
Yeah, and he got dragging through the table on the outside.
Yeah, that was really good. And then
disgusting.
They had an air match in the G1 last year that was like 5 stars. It was so good.
Right.
And he had a good match with Hiroki Goto, strong style. How about this?
I know you two are the bigger New Japan guys, and I know you guys watch it more than we do.
It's my favorite.
Who is the one New Japan guy you think that needs to go? It's just their time to go.
Well, Kishida was at a point where he did all he was going to do unless they were going to make him a heavyweight. And they didn't want to make him a heavyweight, so that's why he left.
One guy that's just past his prime, holding on to that last run.
See, they do the good thing with the guy. They kind of transition them into they're legends, and then they kind of just do them like opening tag match, like Kojima and Tenzan and Nakanishi and Yuji Nagata, where they're like, oh, they're legends, but they're never going to win the world title again. But they're kind of like kind of relegate into like mid card, undercard, which I kind of like that because Liger. Well, he's retiring this year.
That would have been my name because I love Liger. I love all his matches.
It's time,
but it's time.
Yeah, and that Nakanishi, he's not.
I mean, take the mask off, relax. It's over.
See, I think he's not good. I think when he'll retire and keep it on. I think he should keep it on.
What? Come out in a suit with the mask on?
yeah, right. 100%.
Liger, take off the mask or keep the mask.
Like Tanahashi can still go, but like Tanahashi's at the point where they're going to start like moving him down the card and just tag matches. Oh, there's Tessa. Look at that. That looks insane. So
think you under that arm.
Yeah.
So we always talk about people going from like who we want to see go from WWE to New Japan or WWE to Ring of Honor. Who do you think should make the jump from Ring of Honor or New Japan to WWE?
Jonathan Gresham.
Jay Lethal.
Jonathan Gresham would do well in NXT and 205 and nothing on the main roster. And not of his own fault because he's small. I would Jay Lethal in NXT.
Do you think it's too late for Jay Lethal?
No. Yes.
I don't think so.
Nope.
I mean, he's probably around 36.
There's a guy.
I don't think he's gonna make that leap without guaranteeing himself a main roster spot. He's not just gonna want to go to NXT.
I think he's happy. I think he's happy in ROH, and if he goes anywhere, it's AEW.
Yeah.
And then if I had to say anybody else, the Briscoes.
Briscoes, it's time.
Yeah.
I heard they didn't resign.
Oh wow! I want the Briscoes versus the Usos so badly.
Even if they go to AEW,
who's the guy right now who just wrestled Bubba at Ring of Honor?
Flip Gordon.
everyone's talking high on him, and there's another guy there that they said he's gonna be like he could be the next face, like he could have the next big year on Ring of Honor. He's a heel.
Matt Taven. I don't get Matt Taven.
Matt Taven.
I see him. I'm like, he's good, but he's not.
I mean,
nothing,
he
like
won the
blows your
top
mind.
prospect tournament, so they see something in him.
Like when you watch him wrestle, you don't go, "Oh my god, this guy's great." It's not like when you watch Ricochet, like, "Oh, look at that."
He's very technically sound. Matt Taven very, very rarely makes mistakes in his matches.
Yeah, he has good matches, but they're not like. It doesn't like draw.
They don't give him enough.
Yeah,
they kind of put the restraints on his matches, saying like, "You're gonna do what you do, and you're gonna go home."
Wait, I didn't see the match he had. We went to an hour draw at Jay Lethal the last.
I watched half of it. I haven't finished it,
but I don't know. He's just one of them guys.
But now you get to see a ladder match for the title.
It's a ladder.
It's a 3-man. It's a triple threat ladder match for the title.
Oh, I didn't know. I know. It's
so it's Jay Lethal, Marty, and Matt Taven.
Now I think what they were gonna do is because they want Marty to stay. 100%, he's going. He's going.
Yeah.
His friends. They're gonna try and give him the title and offer him big money and stay. But whatever they offer him,
what big money does Ring of Honor really have? Though?
Yeah, he's going to Kenny, and Kenny's like, "Oh well, we give you this plus this." You know, they're just gonna. So
the funny thing is, like all being elite with Cody hanging out with MJF.
Yeah, that's funny.
And now it's just be like,
he finally,
Marty, you're back.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
Like, and then MJF's gonna get kicked to the curb, and he's like, Marty.
Well, Cody said that Marty died. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember?
And then he's just gonna show up. Like,
yeah, let it go.
I guarantee you, for like how Brandy said she can't stand MJF in the skits, she's gonna like bring Marty in and be like, look, Marty's here. Marty's alive. You'd be like, Marty, where have you been?
Marty's contract runs up, I believe it's
April 1st.
April 1st. Is it?
Yes.
Wow.
I think Marty going to AEW is a bad idea for him because I think he's just going to get lost in the shuffle there.
He might, but he's going to have.
But if he signs with Vince, he's really going to get lost.
Don't go there, Marty.
Who do you think? All right, so let's say right now AEW. I say AEW starts tomorrow with their roster.
Mm-hmm.
You have Impact, you have ROH, you have New Japan, and you have the main product WWE and NXT. Who do you think by this time next year will we be saying was the breakout guy of the year when it came to the wrestling business? Overall.
Ooh, maybe Hangman.
That's exactly who I would say.
Hangman had a great G1 run over the summer.
I think
really good.
I think Hangman is primed for a big year if they use him right.
Yeah, he's only like 26.
They should push Hangman more than they push.
I think he's going to win the title.
I know he's a little older, but I'd love to see Matt Cross finally get his time to shine.
I think they use them in all in. Matt Cross is still very good.
Matt Cross. Who is he in?
He wrestled. I forget who he wrestled.
No, who's he in Lucha Underground?
Oh, he had a mask. Yeah, I forget.
Son of Havoc. He's Son of Havoc.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he was awesome in it.
Yeah, like he has gray hair and he lost his hair a little bit, but still, he's still go.
Yeah, but
there's so many
with
guys
him being in his mid 30s. I think it's time for him to shine.
Like New Japan stuff, they don't care so much about age. If you can still wrestle, Suzuki is 50, right? And he's still having top
Suzuki puts on great matches.
There's only one
and he
guy.
Beat the shit out of legitimately a lot of people.
There's only one guy in Lucha Underground that I looked up and found out who they were and did research. Mm-hmm. But because it was thrown in your face so much, it was Prince Puma.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But everyone else, like if you like how you said, oh, this guy is going to be NXT signing or Matt Cross, I'm like, and you say, oh, Son of Havoc.
Yeah,
he was awesome. And like, who was the main dude? The guy who was like the Undertaker of Lucha Underground.
Oh, Mil Muertes. That was
Jeff Cobb. Was it?
No, Mil Muertes. It's
big dude, huge.
Oh,
Judas Macias.
Yeah, Judas. Oh God, yeah.
He was good.
He's good. Yeah.
Would you not believe that dude used to be cut and in shape, and now he's just bleh.
They had the whole thing was like
Jeff Cobb was Matanza Cueto.
Yeah, who was Abyss's brother or whatever, something stupid like that. And then it was Judas Macias, and like you think he's gonna come out.
El Macias.
Yeah, he's gonna come out as like this Undertaker character. He came out with just normal wrestling gear. And you're like,
he'll come out like spit the blood out.
Yeah. Flopped. I mean, he was good.
It lasted a month,
and he's so jacked. But like next to Abyss, he's like 5'9". Abyss is 6'8" or whatever he is.
Now, if you could take one guy that wasn't a mainstream guy from Lucha Underground and put him in the spotlight of any other company,
not
Angelico.
Yeah. And
Helico? Yeah, I was about to say, and Helico is the most obvious option for me.
So I didn't really watch Lucha that much.
That guy did some insane shit.
Joey Ryan.
Yeah.
Joey Ryan just
once Joey Ryan gets out of his, he's still under contract. Do you know what's going on with the Underground contracts?
I do.
They're still fighting it.
The people that signed, right? So they signed with Lucha Underground. So you were signed for seasons, right? So a season could take 30 days to film, right? But if you're signed for 5 seasons, that means season 1 happened, you're still under contract with them. So the 30 days went by, you got paid for 30 days. You don't get paid again until they do another season. but you're contracted for those seasons.
But you're still allowed to go out and wrestle.
No, only independents. You can't like sign anywhere else.
Oh,
That's what Joey Ryan's at. So right now, like
Joey Ryan's signed like a 2 or 3 year deal.
They're probably not going to do another season. So he would have got paid for the season he did. So
And
he's
that's
sitting there under contract, not getting paid.
And the last episode of
Not
Lucha
getting
Underground,
work.
they were showing like new guys they're trying to bring in. Bad News Barrett was in one of the final end credits.
Yeah, he was. And it sucks for them people because there's so many people that are locked into contract. They're not getting paid.
That
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
And they're literally
And
just
there's
working
no future
independence
date, yeah.
for like maybe a couple $100.
Yeah, and there's no future like things coming up. And it's like, let
And
them
that's a
out of
damn
contracts.
shame because I said it before and I'm going to say it again. Lucha Underground had some of the best product going.
Yeah.
I
For
only
just
watched
pure
a couple
wrestling.
episodes,
I enjoyed
but
it.
It was good. but
They did storytelling in the ring.
it cost too much money to
Yeah.
produce, and
Yeah.
I think it was.
But the one I want to see was the guy they dubbed Luchasaurus.
I don't know. I have to
Oh,
look him up. I'd say I didn't really watch
Vibora, the tall 6'7", 6'8" guy. I can't
it.
think of
The
his name.
Dragon guy?
Yeah.
Oh, from CMLL?
Drago.
No, not Drago.
No, there's a big. He's like red demon dragon.
Oh,
guy.
Drago was cool too.
Dragon's good. Little on the small side. Most of the luchadors.
He was
are.
at PPW.
Yeah,
I missed him.
Austin Madelson. His name.
I don't know him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's currently signed to Ring of Honor.
Oh wow. The Ring of Honor signed a lot of people.
He was signed under
Roosh.
He was signed under WWE as Judas Devlin. He's
Oh.
6'5". Like when you see him in the ring, like you know he was in the ring.
I don't know.
They dubbed him Luchasaurus just be.
Not
that one.
Funkasaurus. Oh, okay, that guy.
Yeah. I mean, he's legit 6'5", towers over everybody.
It looks
and
like
he's sitting
a
on the
tall
ring.
Seth
That's a
Rollins.
cool ass mask.
He's nipping up. He's doing moonsaults. He's doing everything a luchador can do
Yeah.
at 6'5".
You know who was like that? Mike Awesome. He was awesome. It's
Yeah.
a shame that he killed himself. It's a shame they had a bad run in WWE and WCW too.
Yeah.
He was
Then the
so
guys
good.
got guys like PJ Black and all them who are now lost in the shuffle again.
He signed with ROH, did he?
They're still lost in the shuffle though because they're
Well, they're getting all these new guys. They got to figure out what they're doing.
Yeah.
Jack Evans, another one lost in the shuffle.
Is he signed with ROH again?
No,
Well, he was in.
I think he's in
Lucha Underground.
AAA.
Yeah, AAA. Yeah.
So what else, pay-per-view wise, what else is coming up for other, so WrestleMania weekend has a bunch of shows. What's out there? What
I don't think there's anything pay per view wise because ROH just had their
Anniversary.
70th anniversary show. They don't have another one until the New Japan ROH show, which will be Marty versus.
Is that going to be televised or is that going to
It's
be?
going to be on New Japan Network.
Okay.
So you have to get the New Japan
Yeah,
Network
yeah,
to watch
yeah.
it. We might be calling you for your stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to be there, so I'm going to see it
Yeah.
live.
So you could just give Tony your.
I don't know what
password to
it might be on Fight TV because it's technically on ROH show. But like,
What day is it? Saturday night?
Yeah, why pay $40? So it's NXT Takeover's Friday, and it's ROH New Japan Saturday.
with the Hall of Fame
WrestleMania.
ceremony
my
Saturday
God.
as well.
There's so much wrestling.
I tell you, I never care about the Hall of Fame. I never watch it. I don't want to see
It
people
depends
blow
on-
smoke up people's asses. I don't
It
care.
depends on who's there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, thoroughly, I did enjoy the Freebirds when
I like watching highlights.
they had a.
When he's singing and
Oh,
stuff. I seen that.
they had
Jeff
him come and
Jarrett-
sing the.
Jeff Jarrett Goldberg last year was horrible.
Was it?
Horrible.
Paul Backlund when he started freaking out.
The Dudleys was a cool one.
Mr. T was the best. They turned in that video about his
Then
mama.
Kane came out and had a tap him on the shoulder and be like, "You're way over
Yeah.
your time."
It's I think they know it's like that. And then
Yeah.
they're like,
Mr.
Are
T
you,
was drunk.
Austin, are you looking to come home the whole weekend or just for Mania?
Yeah, the whole weekend because it wouldn't make sense for me just to come home for Mania when Takeover and the G1 is the
I
night
mean,
before.
When I get off work on Friday, we can go right to I'll come right over. We'll start NXT Saturday right after work, watch New Japan, and then Sunday Mania. I'm down for all of it.
New Japan's gonna be a long show too. It's gonna be probably 4 hours.
4 or 5
But
hours.
they
yeah.
announced like 10
There's like-
matches, and there's still until the New Japan Cup's done in the winter, which will probably be Okada.
Do you think you'll see any AEW interaction during the Ring of Honor New Japan show?
I'm gonna say maybe. I know they said no, but Chris Jericho wants to have more matches in New Japan. And
I mean,
they
I
want
wouldn't be.
Kenny.
I wouldn't be objected to see a Chris Jericho run in there.
I wouldn't be surprised. So I would put it at 20%.
Let's be honest. Even though Jericho signed AEW, he's going to do what he wants.
Well, they said he can wrestle New Japan too.
He can
Him-
freely come and go. He can do as he pleases.
Him and Kenny have that in their contract that they can do that. But I'm sure that the Bucks want to wrestle. New
How
Japan.
much influence do you think creatively Jericho has in
I think Jericho's going to be one of the head writers.
They're probably going to ask him too.
I would 100% do.
Yeah.
Chris
I think-
Jericho's going to be the head
I
writer
think
for
almost
years.
all the big people in there have say,
Yeah.
and they're going to ask people like, "What do you think?" You know,
Mhm.
I think.
why not?
I think going there, knowing that Jericho is going to be one of the head writers, is going to be a lot for.
You're
He's
going
gonna-
to finish your statement.
It's going to be a lot for guys to be like, okay, Chris Jericho's writing. The Bucks are in charge. It's about the wrestling. It's not about the politics. And Cody.
Kenny.
More people are going to be attracted to AEW that way, knowing that it's about wrestling.
Yeah.
It's not about politics. It's not storylines. It's just wrestling.
Yeah.
Michael Nakazawa.
So
Michael, you saw my comment in the chat about out there.
We are going to wrap it up there. Like I said, this is a weekly show now, so we're able to drop it and then pick up stuff next week.
Michael Nakazawa.
I met him, just so you know, years ago.
You said it. All right, so we had a conversation in our group chat. I'll let people in on a little secret. We had a conversation in our group chat, and it literally went from someone saying that Dana Brooke with Titus Worldwide looked like a porno to him saying, all I can think of right now is the name he just said, and I was afraid to Google it at work because I thought it was probably like
porn star. Yeah,
a black porn star.
Real quick, he did a thing, he was like a pimp stripper in Chicago when he was there.
Okay.
And they brought him in, and he had this thing where he used so much baby oil that no one could really wrestle him because he was so greased up. And then like they were beating him up then after it came off, right? And then he slammed the guy and he got the baby oil again. He's like, ah! And then he was like, and he started drinking it, and he's like, and he spit in the guy's face. I'm like, Michael Nakazawa is awesome.
Yeah,
and he can speak English perfect.
So that's my only weakness when it comes to wrestling is I don't know much about other products.
Yeah, it's hard to follow.
If you haven't watched the last two being the Elites, you just need to go watch it and just look at Matt's whole reaction.
They're playing it off like, who is this idiot that Kenny signed? Because like they made it look like he was signing Kota Ibushi.
When he signed this guy,
yeah, it's Michael Nakazawa.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's a
because like they thought it was Kota,
and they just show the feet, and it's like I know you probably. I shouldn't have thought that you were just going to come here. He was really building up like it's going to be Kota. And then it shows Michael Nakazawa. It's like, am I going to be in Golden Lovers? And it's like, well, no, we thought it'd be more backstage. And Matt and Nick are like, Michael Nakazawa? Who is that? And they even made a shirt for him. It's just plain shirt with white letter, Michael Nakazawa. I'm like,
what if when Joey Ryan gets stuck out of his contract?
Oh, with them two?
What if you had them in like a pure oiled match?
Yeah.
Oiled up mad match.
But
like people don't know him, but he's gonna get so over that first show.
Good.
It's just funny though because like the whole thing is like Kenny calls him. He's like, "Yeah, man, we got Michael. I'm so happy about it." And he's like, "Yeah, man, great." And he hangs up with him. He's like, "Michael,
and it's haunting Matt Jackson now. He's just
he has a text message on his phone in the airport. Yeah. All it says Michael Nakazawa. Michael Nakazawa. It just keeps going. It's like, oh my OMFG.
And he'll be like talking to someone, and then the guy will be like, Michael Nakazawa. I'm like, what?
What did you say to me?
He's like, I didn't say anything.
He's like, Matt. He said, Matt, the plane's boarding.
So me saying who is that is exactly
that's what they want you to do. Yeah.
All right.
They want you to be like, who is this guy? And he's gonna come and he's gonna be awesome.
But it's funny because he's like Michael Nakazawa.
Just go.
And he thought he called him Michael Nakazawa. He's like, what'd you say to me?
When you have time, go on YouTube and type in Michael Nakazawa.
We'll watch it. So before we wrap up, you got anything, Ben, you want to plug?
Actually, yes, I do.
How about that?
We're going to be doing a Banging Beers episode. I did not buy the beer this time.
All
Tony
right.
did.
Whoa.
Tony bought the beer, so for once I get a little bit of a break. I actually get a little bit of a break this weekend. Hudson Valley is being released in the city, so therefore I'm not going in there because I went back-to-back weekends in New York.
Oh,
so
I love you guys, the Death Hudson Valley, because you guys treat my buddy here great, and he loves your beers. But we couldn't keep doing every episode of Hudson Valley. But I told Ben, I said, we got to take a break. Too much.
Don't worry, we'll get back.
It's like Banging Beers, Hudson Valley Edition, Part 5.
Hey, we got to take a trip down there to Springgate, where I was. I think you'll like it down there.
Don't worry, we're gonna catch up with some sours.
Did you see Rotunda's Space Invaders beer?
Yes, I did. I certainly did.
If you can get me a can of that.
I think they're only doing crowlers and drafts of that.
Oh, there's no can.
No can. I don't think there's a can.
That's cool artwork on there.
But point being, no.
Okay, finish up your plug.
But Tony bought the beer. I'm going to try and get some Pizza Boy beer for the weekend. So maybe or maybe not, we might have a late night Banging Beers. Just only a few beers with Tony and I.
What am I, chopped liver?
He'll be there.
Yeah, you can come over.
You just said you two.
All right, so here, I'll put it out there right now.
Saturday night plus Saturday night.
Okay. Saturday night. Real quick.
All right.
You do your thing.
Okay.
I'll plug it later.
Banging Beers is always an off-the-rails show, period.
Not always. We're
not always, but
we're tightening it up.
But
tighten it up.
Tight ship.
When we have guests, it's going to tighten up a little bit.
But point being, though, is Bangin' Beers is a open show. It's like an open event, like a challenge. Not really a challenge, but point being, anyone can show up. So, Dave, if you are available, come on over. Have a beer. Who cares?
So here's the plan for the. All right, go ahead. And what do you got anything to plug?
No.
You're off this weekend. No shows.
No, there's no shows. There was an AC. Oh, jeez, Ace Fusion, AFCW in Palmerton, and my tag partner is busy, he couldn't make it. So then I was like, well, we won't be there. And then I was like, well, I can still go. And then the card is full. I was like, well, let me know. So
calling at the Power Ring.
That's in Palmerton. No, hold on, that's in Palmerton. So if you want to see a good indie show, AFCW. I always get it wrong, in Palmerton, PA. But it's earlier show. So it starts at 3:30, 3 to 3:30.
Mm-hmm. Early show.
Yeah. They like to do early shows that way people can get home in time. I was like, that's cool. So yeah, it starts at 3:30 in the Palmerton Sokol Club Hall or something, but it's in Palmerton, PA, and just search AFCW on Facebook and go to that show. And I think there's a couple other shows, but I can't think of any locally. Atomic ACW is next weekend.
Next weekend.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that more next show.
That's it. Yeah, my podcast, Call It Empowering. If you want to listen about comics and wrestling, we'll record an episode tomorrow, so that'll be up.
So you can record Thursdays?
Wait, Thursday. The place Thursday.
Friday.
Yeah, usually we record Friday, and sometimes I don't get it out.
It's a great show. I definitely recommend it. There's two podcasts that I do try to listen to. I like Andy's Call the Power Ring, and I've been really hooked on a podcast called Murder My Dude. Two dudes from Pottsville, and every episode they talk about different like weird murders or deaths.
Okay.
It's really, really good. I definitely recommend it. It's a good show. The first episode is I have to look at it again, but it's really, really good. And then at the end, like towards every show, they do like a cool little like skit. But I really recommend it, called Murder My Dude. Check those guys out.
I got a golf tournament Saturday early in the afternoon, but after that, it's myself, you, and Ben. We're gonna go see Awful Margaret, aka Bad Maggie, at the Roundhouse in St. Clair. If you're into,
is it called the Roundhouse?
It's still the Roundhouse.
It's back there.
It's back to the Roundhouse.
Because it was something else for a while.
Yep.
Distilled.
So if you would like, I know you don't drink.
That's too far for me.
But if
you live a block away,
1, 2, technically
3,
2.5.
What are you, a knight in chess? Like in an L?
No,
it's a block and a half. You go up to the post office, you hang right, you walk up the block, you're there.
If you would like to hang out with us after Bad Maggie, we're gonna come back and we're gonna hang out, drink some beers, watch wrestling. What we may do, and I'll get into this is my plug because he already said it. So Bad Maggie, we're coming to see you after the Bad Maggie show. We're gonna come back, have a couple beers. We may or may not. I'm not gonna advertise it yet, just in case. We may have an impromptu Bangin' Beers episode. Just hang out and have a couple drinks, and maybe we'll put like a TV here.
Watch wrestling right here as we do it,
and we'll just
I would. That'd be pretty nifty.
I don't know how the network would work with my computer is not great to handle.
Streaming. Oh, okay.
So
that thing will blow out.
It wouldn't blow up.
It doesn't take much.
I just don't want to bug it. I don't want to bug it down.
But Bad Maggie, if you're into 90s cover music and early 2000s style pop punk,
I was gonna say, please say what they are. Like that musical type.
Yeah, they're good time.
The early 2000s pop punk, that stuff you would turn up in your radio and just sing.
I made a request that they might do. They did a little bit of it last show. So in between songs, I'll yell out a wrestler and they start trying to play it.
That's kind of cool.
So they did Stone Cold.
That's cool.
They played a little bit of DX.
Are they someone local? I think I asked this.
Yeah. They graduated after me.
So they're from pop.
Yeah.
Huge wrestling fans.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know any of them from a whole.
One other quick thing I want to talk about, and then I'm going to get to Austin's plugs. I don't want to say the venue yet, but we did an interview with Eddie Collins, during the week, so that comes out tomorrow. If you're interested in this and you want to get involved, let's start talking about it now so we can get ready for next year. I want to plan a private party for WrestleMania.
That'd be fun.
Sunday night, private party. We rent out a venue. We get a projector. We project WrestleMania on it with some nice speakers, nice sound. The bigger the venue, the better.
We'll provide food.
What we'll do is we'll find like a local business. Maybe we'll get like a few different local businesses like cater to come in and make food, or we can get like 8 Farlow subs will feed 400 people. But we'll figure some stuff out. Maybe we'll get some
open
food.
Bar.
Not open bar. It'll be cash bar.
Cash bar.
Because one of the venues we're looking at, you can't bring outside liquor in, but we can possibly just buy their booze while we're there, and they make money. because then they'll probably rent it out to us for a private night. It can be public. We're going to work out the details, but we're looking at doing it now because Eddie can possibly find a good projector and this place that we're looking at may have a sound system. We would just need a screen and a projector, but we're working out the details now. So it might be something where you might have to pay a charge to get in. So it might be like
$5.
It might be a little higher because we're renting out the hall. So we're not looking to make money off it. What it would your money would cost towards like if food was there or if just so we can rent this venue out and pay for and pay for the projector if it needs to be paid.
And basically, you're like in some ways you're gonna get like the food, like the catering,
yes,
along with the cover charge.
Yeah,
I have a hall too, but it only seats 250.
No, I want to possibly go big.
250.
We have a venue. We have a venue.
Smaller hall.
Yeah, we have a venue in mind. I just don't want to say it yet.
We've talked about
it's massive.
Put it this way, I think
we're gonna be in the garden. No.
We rented the garden.
Well, the theater next to it.
I think like 2025, the Madison Square Garden is going to be completely finished. I think because they had like a whole lease thing where they are going to be up by like 2025. I think.
Well, they just remodeled the whole Madison Square Garden.
Unless if they renewed it at that point because it was like way back then.
So that's something we're talking about. So if it's something you may be interested in, I don't know if 21 and older is a thing, or
it would have to be 21 and over if we have a cash bar.
Yeah. So we have to figure that whole detail out. But
I'm not doing the wristbands for 18 and over and having to monitor everybody. That's just too much work.
But if it's private, we may get away with not having, like, if it was like a private wedding in a cash bar.
It doesn't matter.
Again, we gotta.
You still can't serve underage.
Gotta talk the details on.
No, you put like a reception.
Yeah.
Just kids running around.
Yeah. So
I'll be a bouncer, I guess.
Yeah. So
you got to remember the venue we talked about. There is levels.
There is the venue that we're talking
for each level.
The venue we're talking about has let under 21 people in
upstairs.
But they don't serve them alcohol, obviously.
Right.
So that's something we're looking at. So it's just we're putting it out in the universe now to maybe get the wheels turning and to see who's interested. We probably should at the beginning when we had more viewers, but we'll go from there. Austin, you got anything to plug?
Well, you touched on Farlow's, so obviously going to keep plugging Farlow's. And then if you could check out my band, No Rain Checks, on Facebook and Instagram.
We got
We
got a couple minutes here, Austin. What happened to you over the weekend? What happened to you the past couple of days?
So at Temple University,
real quick. So we had Farlow's puts a post up saying the deli is closed today due to family emergency.
Oh, I missed that.
So I consider the Blackmans family. They're like we've built a very good bond with that family. I love those guys to death. Love that family to death. So obviously I got concerned and I sent a message and nobody really answered. So I messaged Austin. I was like, hey man, is the family okay? Like, is everybody good?
Someone's on my okay.
And then Austin, take it away.
So currently at Temple University, there's a mumps outbreak.
Oh Jesus!
So I started to feel a pain in my right cheek and like jaw area, and I kind of had a sore throat, and I was just like, this could be bad. So my parents came down to Philadelphia. We got me all checked out, and I don't have the mumps. I don't have herpes. I don't have anything.
Isn't there a vaccination for that?
Yeah. His generation doesn't vaccinate anymore. It's like a weird.
That's true.
Luckily, my parents are smart enough to.
You still have your foreskin
be vaccinated. I'm Jewish.
He is Jewish. So we had a scare there. I said, Austin, there's better ways of faking being sick if you want to come home from WrestleMania.
Or getting out of your 8 a.m.
I said, this is Austin's road to WrestleMania. Mumps. I said, most kids go to college and get herpes. Austin got mumps.
Remember when, what was it, Roman or Bray was out with that? Remember that?
No, they all got meningitis.
Yeah, that was meningitis.
Yeah,
I'm like, wow.
Bo Dallas, Bray Wyatt, and JoJo.
Roman Reigns.
I wonder why those three.
Yeah, I wonder how JoJo got it. But yeah, that's pretty much
WrestleMumpia.
Yeah,
WrestleMumpia.
We're getting shirts made.
Hashtag WrestleMumpia.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like I said, every Thursday now we'll be here. Thank you guys so much. Not just I'm talking to the guys who are on the show. I know every week is a lot to ask for, especially Andy. You're doing double duty with 2 shows.
I might not make it all the time.
100%. I do respect that. Andy, works full time. He's a wrestler. He does his own podcast.
I have a busy schedule,
and
I have to play video games and read comic books.
And he helps us. So
my cat.
I appreciate all the love and the support and help we get. But besides that, go check out everything we talked about. Plug in. Sorry, beer burp. And thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next Thursday.